So if you didn't hear, though it's impossible not to have heard at this point here, a lot of people got outed in the Smash community. Well, I mean, with the whole like Me Too thing happening in the gaming industry slash everywhere, really, right? Victims of sexual abuse, sexual assault, harassment, they're all coming out now, and exposing their people, because it's like, these complicit corruptions of power have been silencing their victims and continuing to wreak their oppression on people in a continued pattern of abuse, and people are getting exposed finally in all things. But specifically as of like the last like week or three, you've seen in gaming a lot of Me Too stuff happen, and from that you have seen some people come clean on things that they've been holding in for a while in one way or another. And I guess it all begins with the fact that, like, yeah, there are a lot of, I say a lot, I don't know, whatever, like there is a problematic pattern of sexual predators in the Smash community. It's and the thing about it is, like, retribution, no doubt, because that's like kind of, it's like very fucked up, but it's also the fact that, like, a lot of them are people I knew. Like, a lot of them are people I knew, like a lot. And it's like it's a really weird feeling. It it feels like, damn, did I not do a good enough job? Like, did I not, like, these are all people I thought I knew pretty well, but it's like, just fuck. So there's a couple people here I want to get to: Sleepy K, Senpai, Nairo, D1, DJ Nintendo, Kitaru, Anti, The Moon, Zero. These are all things I want to get to. Kind of like, I guess get there. But yeah, there was some accusations made that I wanted to get to. Though obviously it's not particularly my place to make a judgment call over like what the victims are saying or what the accusers are saying. It's supposed to be like this kind of like, it's a little more nuanced than that, right? It's like, look at what is the accuser accusing the assaulter of, and then what is the assaulter's rebuttal to the accusation, and then cross-examine evidence or substance or witness testimony, and then I suppose arrive at a conclusion. But at the same time, be open to changing your mind based off of new information presented. Don't be stubborn, don't be prideful, be objective, right? So that's the idea anyway here. So if I when I talk about anything here, just know it's just like, I mean, I have a lot of things here for y'all. I really do. I have like I was trying so hard to figure out, like, what's my role here, right? I don't want to be like the police or that here, but it's like there's a lot. If I go over here, I have like a bunch of tweets of, these are all like the accusations I've read over the last like 2 or 3 days that are just not pertaining to people I know specifically. Then you have here, like, I have like specifically the Puppet Senpai stuff. And then I have over here, I have specifically the Mr. Wizard of Evo stuff. So I have like a bunch of shit. Like, I went through a bunch of shit and was reading all this stuff, and it's like, I don't know. It's like it's a lot. So yeah, got a whole lot of stuff. So that I can of the people I know that I can provide more insight into, that I do want to talk about and bring to light, and like, and I don't know, it's just like, I guess get closure, because I haven't been sleeping well the last couple of days. I've been kind of like really like kind of dreading this whole like conversation. It's not very fun. It's not enjoyable. I don't enjoy it. Fucking sucks. This whole timeline fucking sucks, honestly. 2020 sucks ass. So I have all this stuff here that I guess we can go through or whatever, but it's just like I guess I kind of need to get it out of the way so we can like move on to like the fun shit, which is like telling y'all what Smash means to me and like what joy I get out of it, and like all this cool stuff I'd love to tell y'all about, but I kind of have to like address this like all these things right here, so I guess let's go ahead and I guess let's begin. Sure, whatever, fuck it. Before I get to all this stuff, let me also say here that like I do think it's a good thing that people are coming forward, obviously, because like I saw on Twitter there are people who were like, Smash is canceled, Smash is done, it's beyond repair, it's a cesspool of pedos and sexual offenders or whatever the fuck, right? And I disagree with that, actually. I'm like, well, no, this is the community cleansing itself of the filth, I would say. And what remains once this admittedly hard to swallow phase, once it's like done and the Smash community's reborn, it'll be unrecognizable from what it was in the past, and that'll bring about a new era that will, I think, be better than ever, because it'll be like overhauled everything, transparency, accountability, and then not just that, like other adults calling other adults out, and just all that wonderful stuff, I would think. And yeah, I think that it's also important, I think, to say here that like when it comes to Me Too and listening to the victims and all that, you may think that I think that this kind of thing goes on in every community in one way or another. The amount of it may vary, obviously, but I do think that it is you are seeing a disproportionate amount of them come forward in Smash, because ultimately, the more people come out, the more normalized it is for the victims to speak, which will make them feel like they won't be outed by those who are in positions of power or in positions of like, immeasurable clout, who would feel they would be silenced by the oppression army of those who are a part of the cult of those with the clout. And just stuff like that ultimately. So that so it's been good. I will say that. Don't think that I like hate that this is happening, or that I think that the people coming out is a bad thing. I don't. I think it's a part of the healing process, and as we continue to move forward here, it'll get better. But and again, I will come back here to like what Smash means to me, what the community means to me, and like how much I love Smash. I love the community, and I want to do all I can to help it, like get better and stuff like that. So it's okay. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get into some of this icky stuff here. So move here real quick. Sleepy K. I don't know how I want to do this here, because I've read most of these now. So it's kind of like, so Sleepy K was the first one that I believe happened here, which was like 5 days ago or whatever, 6 days ago. And Sleepy K is a community member who I've known for a very long time. I would honestly say that Sleepy K is probably the last person I would think would do anything like this here. And Sleepy K, like, the twit longer here, like what's really like shocking about it is that like Sleepy K like was pretty motivated and like drove from, like, if I recall correctly, drove from Georgia to North Carolina to see Clementine in person. So it's like, pretty, I mean, would drive several states away to have lunch. So it's pretty sus. And the thing about it is like there's that and there's more. Forgive me here, this is like, you know, it feels like forever ago now, so I kind of like lost more of the details, but what stuck with me is that, you know, is that motivation to drive several states away to continue to groom and then eventually engage further in his attempts. Me and Sleepy were pretty cool. He was a veteran member of Smash. You know, he'd been a sub here for a very long time, actually one of my earliest subs. We took pictures together at Evo and other events, and that's probably buried in my timeline somewhere if I look for it. But pretty much when this came out, it was pretty crazy. And sorry, I need to drink more water. Crap. It was pretty crazy, and he pretty much, I think I have it right here, right? Yeah. So before he deactivated his account, I'm driving home to do a write-up. It's one of the worst mistakes I've ever made, and it's unforgivable. I'm unsure what the right thing to do is, but it seems a write-up is not it. I am very sorry, and I know what I did was unforgivable and inexcusable. I have made attempts to seek help, and I will not interact with the community at all, ever. Yeah, so just, you know, an overwhelming amount of shame comes over. And then if deactivating my account is the right thing to do, I will, but I think that would delete my tweets, I think. So that happened, and pretty much, yeah, he deactivated the account and has been like MIA ever since. So yeah, that happened. I don't know. From there, I don't really know, honestly, what's going on with that next. I'll just hit them in order here from there. So that's there's that. PG Keith, I forgot what even. There's just so many things I can't even remember at this point. Being accountable. Let's see. I forgot what he even said here. Yeah, if you're looking for an excuse or justification for my actions, you won't find one. It's been something weighing heavy on my mind for a while. So yeah, essentially, whatever happened here, he's like admitting to it or whatever, or not downplaying it. I don't even remember what it was at this point, but I remember meeting Keith a while back and just, you know, I don't know, dude, just whatever. All right, so that happened. It's like, okay, that's pretty crazy. Jisoo, who I've been concerned about for a while here. Me and her have spoke quite a bit. Me and her go way back, actually, and I think I have it. I did try to make a little outline here to talk about that further here, but yeah, why she left the Smash Twitter. I mean, Smash Twitter's trash anyway. I'm not surprised here, but I know that she was and I'm not bringing up anything that she hasn't already made public here, but she you know, she had a very abusive boyfriend or significant other back in like 2015, 2016, that she had continuous issues of trying to sort out with, and he was incredibly petty and kind of a super dick. But yeah, I forget what she goes to here actually, but yeah, I'm sure she's been through a lot. Very traumatic experience here, and I always try to be on her side and all that, because I know that's pretty fucking awful. For those of y'all who are not aware of Jisoo, she is a very talented artist, and she is to give you an idea here, Jisoo made my emotes. Like, she's the one that I was like, yo, your art is sick. I would love to have you be my emote artist. Name your price, and I would love to work with you on that. Yeah, so the whole thing here, y'all, is like back in like 2015, you know, the Mia was her. That was like, you know, I gave her like this like 10,000 character paste spin, and I was like, okay, here's the idea I have. Take Mia from Monster Musume and like do this thing where, you know, that you make the snake girl, but the try 2 can be looped endlessly, and you can, like, you know, and you can make it to where you can do like, you can replace the try 4 with another emote and make that the head if you wanted to, you know. That was her. Well, it was my idea, but like, she, like, I mean, literally to the T. It was like amazing, and that was like so ahead of the game. I want to say loopable emotes was like not common back when I did this shit. I had the idea. I hadn't seen it prior, and now it's meta, I would say, for a lot of things, you know, get the min arm extending out further or whatever. But yeah, she did that. She did the trigasm. I mean, y'all, I still think to this day here, actually, I have the yeah, I have the, you know, one of the best gasms on the website. So yeah, she is really good at what she does. But I'll tell you more about how me and Jisoo became tight later in this whole lore dump I'm doing right now. Yeah, Kitaro, he I believe admitted to, and I'll just play it for you, because it's kind of funny, because it's like this happened like literally the day before he got exposed.
Shit crazy right now, okay? Shit is crazy in the community. Shit is crazy in this world. Everybody's getting fucking canceled, bro. Everybody's getting canceled. It's to the point where you just start wondering, am I gonna get canceled? Am I about to get canceled while I'm streaming? I don't think I've done anything crazy. So, like, I should be fine. The shit I've been seeing, shit crazy right now, okay? Shit is crazy in the community.
Yeah, so, you know, whatever. So yeah, he, I think I have his thing here somewhere, but Kitaro ultimately got called out, but it admitted that he had slept with a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, I don't remember. But also at the same time here, the context of it was that, you know, he brought a minor over to an adult party and then got her drunk, and then they fucked or something like that. And then, like, I guess for the victim, it was like it was traumatizing or something like that. And I got it in here somewhere, but I just wanted to see like this, you know, this. So there's that. Marie said that she was sexually assaulted on the casino floor during EVO 2017 by Anti. Now Marie, I think I have her. I got a thing here somewhere. Where's it at? I wonder if it's like somewhere over here. No. Yeah. So okay, yeah, this is like a wholesome moment here. So this is Mrs. Marie right here. I met her at Anime on Display 2016. That was a smaller anime convention in San Francisco that I went to early February 2016. At the time, me and Venom were still distanced. This picture was taken, as you can tell, at Anime Expo 2016 later that year. But yeah, I met her at that convention. It was a really small convention, by the way. It was like kind of like a startup one, I suppose. And I was pretty hungry. The food there kind of sucked, and I met her, and she was like, I remember telling her I was like really hungry, and she was like, oh, you know what? I know a really good chicken and waffle joint nearby. And I was like, wait, chicken and waffles? People do that? And so I was like, let's go do it. And so we went, and I found it really cool because she's like really fun to talk to. And when we were, it's crazy, I remember this so well actually. We were eating some bomb ass chicken and waffles, and I was like, okay, so like, what's it like being a girl in like a male dominated spectrum, like gaming or whatever, right? Like, what's that like? And she was like giving her insight, and I was like, because I always found it like interesting how, like, you know, what can I don't know, like, what can I do better? I feel like I don't really see as many women in gaming and anime and stuff like that. I know they're out there. I feel like the number is way closer to 50% women than I think, but I feel like I didn't see them as much back then. I think things are better now, obviously in 2020, but at that time it was like, you know, what hurdles are you going through? I mean, and not me being junior, I always was passionate about like helping normalize being comfortable in that spectrum, and just hearing from the few women like I can find and talk to, be like, well, what could be better here, you know? And we had a pretty fun convo on that, and we had a pretty good time. But then, like, you know, we went back and I did my speed run, and it was pretty chill. But yeah, we became good friends, and then I introduced her to Dacid Bro at Evo, I believe, actually, and then they started dating, which is pretty small world here. And then by I mean, shit, by 2016, yeah, it was here's like essentially the double date plus my boy Mino right there. So anyway, so we go back over here to I should get that context there. So Marie says this right here. And what happened in this tweet longer is that she accuses Anti of pretty much she didn't feel comfortable wherever she was, and she was walking back to her hotel room, and she had a pretty good head start before like Anti could catch up to her if he wanted to. So essentially she suspects him of like running, pacing over, because she had a pretty big head start, and he like ran over to like kiss her on the lips, I want to say, like, no consent or whatever. And then whenever she delivered a sour reaction, he was like, oh, whatever, and then kind of like walked off that point. So but you can look at it yourself if you want to see too here. So just yeah, but this is like, I'm telling you this out of order because I was a little bit lazy here, but like, this is not the first accusation that comes of Anti, so we'll come back to him as we go along here. Forgive me on that one. Jisoo quotes here Zero's story about is this his first tweet longer? I don't even remember what this is about actually. Oh, okay. I think his first tweet longer here kind of just like goes into essentially he's like, trying to be pro the victim and kind of like doubling down on like, I guess like shitting on whoever was canceled at this point or whatever, I think. Forgive me, I don't want to like read all this stuff here right now because we'll be here forever, but I'm sure most of you have already read it anyway, so I don't even know why I'm even doing the recap of a recap here. So yeah, that was kind of a nothing. It was kind of a nothing sandwich, I would say, actually. But regardless, though, yeah, she quotes it and says that you were showing explicit Craigslist ads of sex workers and hentai on a big screen and constantly harassed me at Sky's house when I was 15. Sky's house being Sky Williams' house when Jisoo was 15. And so with that in mind, I actually, if I'm being honest here, didn't think this was the strongest accusations, because I'm like, okay, so hentai on a big screen, I don't know what that really means. Like maybe he was like watching some ecchi anime or something like that, I'm not quite sure, but I feel like there was more here, but it wasn't really elaborated that well. And then I'm not sure what constantly harassing constitutes specifically as. Was he physically touching you? Was he just like being persistent and annoying to you? I don't really know, but I know that when I see Sky's house, I know that Sky's house has kind of got a lot of lore behind this, like, super mansion that has like a bunch of shit everywhere. So maybe, so who even knows what happened there? But the thing is, the whole problem here is I can't really say. I don't have much to go off of Jisoo's accusations here in the quote. I've never been to Sky Williams' house. I've heard a lot of things have happened there, good and bad, though obviously the relevant here is the bad or the questionable. But I ultimately, if I'm being honest here, I did think that Zero is well, we'll get to it later on here, we'll come back to it. I'm gonna get an order here, but yeah, the first one here is just kind of like a nothing burger ultimately. But moving on though, so obviously accusations come out, and then an anonymous person comes behind Jisoo to say more stuff here, and then Zero's like, I'm preparing a statement, he'll give it time or whatever. And I'm going out of order here now. I mean, this is all in the last like 2 days here, by the way, like shit I'm showing you, minus the CPK one, which was like way earlier. You have this guy right here.
Amigos, para que sepan, Deke Kitty, esa güera fue la que se chingó a Hyuga.
So, translation here is that for those who don't know, that's Vicky Kitty, the blonde one who ruined Hyuga's career. She got raped, but as you can see, she isn't hot enough to get raped. Look at the face. You prefer that or Hyuga? And yeah, Hyuga was the guy who he got canceled several years ago. Actually, this was the Toon Link from Smash 4, right? Who touched her inappropriately in a hotel room several years back. So yeah, but yeah, this is a what, Mexican or Spanish commentator, but yeah, he got super you know, super whatever, like super destroyed. I think he apologized, by the way, but it doesn't even matter. Like, sorry because you got caught or some shit. Like, not really sure I can even get the context over why you would make such a comment in the first place here. Like, I don't know, just stupid. DJ Nintendo attempts to groom and sexually exploit a minor in 2016, 2017. So yeah, this one's pretty well, they're all pretty yikes, but this one's like, what I mean by yikes here, I suppose, is that like there's a lot of receipts here. Like there's a lot of logs of DJ Nintendo being aware of, you know, this pretty jarring age gap, you know, comfortably double her age, I would say. If I recall correctly, it's like he was like at least at least 30 and she was 16, so it's just like, but whatever. Anyways though, now the thing is here is like this one happens, if I recall correctly, there isn't no actual sexual stuff happens, but there's a lot of logs of him being really persistent, really creepy, you know, and just trying to, you know, the keyword here, groom. But the thing is that there's more than one accusation. There's like not one, not two, not three. I think it's like 7 total that came forward at this point over DJ Nintendo. So it's pretty terrible. But you know, I'll save that for later on here. But I'm sure it's somewhere in here. Yeah. So another victim who came forward anonymously and then let Allie, the initial one here, who threw out the starting paste spin about the whole thing. So you have that right there. So yeah, you got that, and then but we'll come back to more here. Then we have here Sutori, who I also have a story of DJ Nintendo being a weirdo towards me, and while it's not nearly as bad as yours, I shared it to help others. Yeah, so this is you know, Satori's also tweet longer about it. So you have that one, which is, oh sorry, here's the actual tweet that like here's the actual tweet where, like, you know, she goes into it. But I mean, both I think both are the same tweet longer, but this is like its own thread. If you want to read the comments on it, you can. I don't exactly remember. I think these are all like grooms and just like, it's just being kind of weird to weird pedo shit to all of them or whatever. So then here we have false, right? And so little T Fox is someone I met, I think here, okay, like, so hers is actually really, I feel really bad for her actually. Hers is actually really bad. Little T Fox was abused by false for a pretty bad time. I mean, he was controlling, I mean, ultimately led to her developing an eating disorder, and if I recall correctly, controlling her makeup, controlling her hair, controlling what kind of clothes she wore, conditioned her to like eat her food slow because it bothered him when she ate it at the pace she was comfortable with or whatever. I don't know, it's just like, it's a bunch of really particular things and really controlling and oversight. And she also like forgave him at one point whenever she wanted to get away, and then like whenever they got back together or whatever, just things continue to be bad or whatever. This is also the same guy, by the way, who allegedly got the I'm sorry, I'm scrambling here, but like this is also the guy who if I recall correctly got the $10,000 to produce the Brawl documentary. As you all remember, there was the Smash documentary on, you know, on Melee that happened, and then there was a Kickstarter to have a Brawl equivalent documentary made, which he received the money for or something, I don't know, whatever, but like people contributed but they didn't get their refunds. So did he get the money? I don't know, I'm sure he did, and he got scammed or whatever. So yeah, he's a piece of shit, but then nothing new right there. So yeah, I just feel bad for her. If you read her thing, it's like, it's really sad, and I just I feel for her, no doubt. But I got to know her where was I at when this happened, actually? I was at something and like False met me and I conducted an interview for something somewhere. It could have been Tempo Storm, I don't remember actually, but regardless though, yeah, I haven't spoken with them in like a long ass time, and I didn't know anything about this shit here, but yeah, I met them both there, and you know, we had well, at least me and T Fox had a pretty good time. But yeah, her thing is, you know, just typical pieces of shit boyfriends, just fucking, I don't know, super duper stupid. So you got that right there. Forgive me, I'm trying to run through these if I so yeah, make sure I would tell y'all definitely to like I don't know, reach out to her, help her, you know, be an ally, I guess is what I'm saying here. Like when it comes to like the shitty boyfriends, it reminds me of my parents, and when my parents would fight and my dad would yell and my dad would break furniture and shit, and I'm reading her thing and it just kind of like it tears me up, because it's like I really do. I look back on my parents' divorce and I'm just like, as an adult, I'm just like, okay, well, I know what I don't want to be like. I don't want to be like him, you know? So the whole like raising your voice and like threatening with violence and like throwing shit at each other, just I don't really talk about my parents in their marriage because it's a fucking shit show. But I'll again, I'm sorry, I'm getting like, I'll spare you that one. Just know that like shitty abusive boyfriends, that's a particularly irky one for me. So yeah, fuck this dude. Moving on. Vicky Kitty quote tweets the guy who said the hurtful stuff, and since 2016 I've dealt with people like this. It never stopped me from pushing forward. With everyone coming forward and finding the spark of bravery, how dare you sit down and say, haha, it's a joke, man, XD. You don't get to pass this off as a joke. So, I'm sorry, I didn't like that, by the way. So yeah. By the way, Vicky Kitty, I got to finally meet at, I met her at Genesis 7, and good guy Trihex here, I promise, no brag. She what were we doing? I believe the grand finals at the theater were wrapping up at Genesis 7. No, I met her earlier that day, but whatever. So I met her earlier that day, told her I'm a big fan, told her I love her commentary. I always go out of my way to make sure I let, you know, women in gaming know that they're appreciated, they're welcomed. If you need anything, I got you. Because I think, because she was doing commentary at some point here, and then like you know, I was telling her, you know, how I was so proud of, I'm sorry, I'm trying to brain power now. I was so proud of her commentary job at some official Nintendo event prior to Genesis 7, which was really cool. But regardless, so the cool story here is that we were all leaving the venue, and I want to say her phone was low on battery, and I was like, okay, well, I think it's really important that your phone is charged, so I have like a spare juice pack here. You can go ahead and just borrow it and charge your phone that way. You know, I'm thinking, okay, as a woman, it's like, all right, if my phone is charged, I can send my location to somebody. I can call a friend and stay on the phone with them if I'm being followed or whatever. I can solve a lot of problems if my phone has juice. So I just gave her my charger and said, yeah, just you know, I'll find you tomorrow or whatever. No big deal. You just go ahead and do what you got to do. And I think ultimately we ended up getting like an Uber together to like go back to the hotel, I think. And yeah, we had a good time. It was pretty cool. So yeah, no, real homie. No, I don't know, just it feels good to tell you that story, because I remember that, and it was like, I don't know, dude, you know, just I wanted to, and maybe it was because the whole Hyuga thing too. I remember that, and I was like, damn, you know, and I don't want our people getting, you know, assaulted or anything like that. So that was pretty cool. So next we have yeah, Zero Statement, which I'm trying to remember. I remember what this even is here. Is this the same one I think it was before? Oh, okay. So this is the Yeah, this is the Google Doc. I remember reading this and just kind of like, okay, so I read this and I came out of it kind of mixed. Keep in mind here, this is just my judgment is not like law. Make your own individual assessment. Information can make your final determination different, whatever. But I recall reading it and it was like, it didn't really address the accusations, I want to say. I have to reread it again though. I remember kind of coming out of it kind of mixed a little bit there, but regardless though, I do recall that like whatever he was being accused of was like mild compared to other people who were actually like, you know, assaulting minors and all that other shit here. So this statement I was kind of like not really satisfied with, but I'll get into, this was like whatever though. I'll get into like I'll get to the other one later on here, because the other one's the one I'm like I have like more of like a stern gut reaction to comparatively. But yeah, this statement happens and we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, I kind of didn't really see like things being addressed that GC was accusing of comparatively. So then we have Lima, who was calling out Zero really hardcore, because again here, this is kind of where I was like, okay, this is like someone's also feeling how I felt here, that that really that like the one thing, and y'all, this like really sucks too, because like it's not like I really enjoy talking about this one, because I was like kind of waiting for more to come that would clear up the people that I really didn't want to be in the situation. I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm just kind of waiting for things to get better or more transparent or whatever, just like fuck. And so the thing here about this is like, I'll be real here, okay? I don't want to lie, and I have no reason to like hide behind people that honestly need to be defending themselves better, I suppose, is what I'm getting at here. So the thing about Zero is he's really good at persuasion, is what I would say, and not necessarily in a deceptive way, but like if you converse with him, he's really good at like, I feel like he's done a lot of practice on how to captivate an audience and how to manipulate and make a very effective persuasion of whatever he's saying or doing. And sometimes I think he's so good at it that I kind of can't tell if his takes on things are how he actually feels about stuff, or if it is, you know, just the bread and butter calculated thing that is going to be the most popular thing to say, the positive reception of something, right? You know, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think here, like, I don't know, it's like, I don't want to make it as simple as like, you know, he's good at manipulating, because that makes him sound like intrinsically deceptive, but it's so hard to take his statements at face value when I feel like he has so many alternative motives to save face, to preserve his brand, and to do what he does really well, which is the persuasion thing, you know, make you feel a certain way, make you forget what even you were talking about. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me here that people saw what I was seeing, and I was like, okay, yeah. So so this one's probably actually worth reading here, because I feel like I kind of forgot what Lima was criticizing Zero over here. I'm gonna preface this by saying that even though Zero and I don't have a good past together, what I have to say is that not going to be discredited by that. I want to open this up by saying that Jisoo lived in a house filled with predators. True. It shouldn't be surprising that she has her own stories. In my opinion, I really think, I'm sorry, this is kind of small, isn't it? Let me make this a bit bigger here. All right. In my opinion, I really think be it the followers, fame, or just narcissism, there's something so disgusting about how these allegations were attempted to be brushed off, and Zero saying, I do not want you guys to harass her, and thinking that absolves him of what he did is so wrong. Zero manipulated and blinded his audience very well into attacking this victim, who finally mustered the courage to share her story against the biggest name in Smash. Zero immediately goes into saying that Jisoo was friendly with him and his twit longer. It is trying to imply that because of this, there is no possible way he could have harassed her. Jisoo obviously had not been able to find in her to speak out about what happened and let it burden her. Surely no one has ever been friendly with someone who made them uncomfortable, right? Never. Later in Zero's response, he intentionally shows Jisoo asking him for help with promoting her art and post. This comes off so disgusting to me in particular. The girl has come out against you saying you made her uncomfortable, and you're implying with these select screenshots you chose to show to your audience that you could never possibly harass her. This girl was living in a house on her own at 15. Obviously, she wanted to promote her post so she could succeed. Why wouldn't she want the bigger names to promote her post? But no, making someone uncomfortable is impossible if you just retweet their fucking post on Twitter, right? After Zero was done manipulating the situation with screenshots, making it seem like he and her were good friends and that this isn't possible because of it, he finally goes on to actually get to the response towards the allegations and just says, I don't have any recollection of this happening. This is legitimately so infuriating, it's unreal. The fact that Leffen confirmed you looked at hentai with people you barely knew completely contradicts what you said about this being out of character for you to do. So that will come back to later on here, actually, because that is something I want to address here. Not even mentioning the other allegations coming out against this man. The way this was handled in such a roundabout, manipulative way to get out of being held accountable for your actions, and the fact that it worked on your community after all of this week of learning not to idolize people and to not make excuses for them. I really cannot believe I have to explain the blatant manipulation in Zero's post in response to Jisoo, because it feels like no one is going to learn to grow and be better than this. I'm so disappointed in even some of my close friends falling for this gross display of privilege and power, trying to shut down a victim's experience because you can't take responsibility for one fucking thing. Pretty scathing. And for context here, I should say that in case you're not aware, and correct me if I'm wrong here, chat, Lima's the other Bayonetta main, right? The Bayonetta main that also mirrored against or dittoed against Captain Zack at EVO 2017. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's Lima, like Lima here, y'all. So there's that. I'll go ahead and throw. I mean, here's more links here. So there's that, and me and Mac D go really far back here. Mac D, whenever in 2013, I wanted to visit California. I had never been west of Texas. I was, by the way, very poor in this time here, but I managed to save up $1,000, and I was going to use that $1,000 to, survive off that for a little over 3 weeks, almost a month, and go crash with homies at their house and just kind of get like a feel of what SoCal is like and see if like, is that my next step? Do I want to move to California? I was like, yeah, why not? Let's go see what happens here. And so, my friend, my homie, Chuck Master, that's like one of my veteran subs here. He offered I can crash it at his crib, which was pretty dope. And then I also went to Mike Hayes' house and I crashed at his crib for about a couple of days, which also was very appreciative of him. Like, dude, it was wild, dude. 2013, Mike Hayes on the come up, making his first mixtape, his first EP. I remember catching lunch with Hugs actually as well. It's just like everyone that you all know now. Like I was hanging out with that time here, and I was just like, I was just like taking it all in. Well, anyways, ultimately, when going to EVO 2013, which was in this 1 month that I was visiting California, Mac D very generously allowed me to carpool with him because him and his boys were going, and so we rode with his car all the way to Vegas out of SoCal, about a 4-hour drive, and yeah, we got tight from then. But I'll get into more about like 2013 in particular because it's a pretty important year in my own lore of like what Smash means to me. But unfortunately, yeah, Mac D came clean and said that after a couple of accusations here, because he's always been a very touchy-feely, flirty person, but apparently he definitely has been a habitual line crosser whenever he's drunk or buzzed or whatever. So, and obviously here, I mean, he's definitely crossed the line with people who are not the same sexual orientation, and so that makes them feel very uncomfortable, and just in general, because it's kind of without consent. So I'll throw you his paste bin here. And I believe he's going to exit the community at this point, I want to say. So, but yeah, MacD is a top peach in Melee. Though I don't know what his ranking is at this point. I don't think he's been as active lately, honestly. But it's not really that important though. Anyways, so that happened, which is again, it hurts because it's like, you know, I know MacD, and we go back like literally 7 years now. So this is like, I can't say I was really there for any of it. I didn't really see this stuff happen here, but I always knew him to be a very affectionate, touchy-feely person. I never, but you know, clearly probably crossed the lines whenever he was, whenever he was drunk or whatever. I don't know. Next here we have a tweet that I thought was kind of particular here. So Leia, who I don't know, unfortunately, I think I don't know what region she is and all that, but Leia here. Also, don't think I forgot back in 2015 when a private Facebook group for women and minorities was made to share stories and a list of creeps/predators to be aware of. The community heard of the list and got butthurt and raged at us for having one. That list could have helped a lot of people. Yeah. I wish I knew about that, honestly. I would have said, fuck them, keep it. Like, I actually really would love to know here who got butthurt and who took it down. Like what, who could possibly oppose that is my question here. And even then, it's like, that shouldn't even matter. This should be like a confidential thing, like so that those who can like contribute safely to it and those who need it will know what to do, because like, you know, this is how it happens, honestly. Unfortunately, you know, there's this scenario, right? It's like when you're a woman, it is different. Allow me to take a second here and go full cam for a second, okay? It's different when you're a woman, all right? One of my many woke moments in the whole thing here was like, what's it like being a woman in a man's world? And the answer to that is like, you know, what is male privilege? And what comes to mind there is, okay, you know, as a male, I need to get somewhere, I'll get an Uber, I'll get a Lyft, I'll get a ride share, no big deal. I'm a guy, I don't have to think about it, right? Comparatively, if you're a woman, totally different. When you're a woman and you're getting in a car alone, what are the protocols of safety here? Sure, you can report the creep, but like, you know, that's what Uber customer service, like, okay, good luck with that one. That's like hours from now for that to happen. What, call 911, you're in the car already. Once you're in the car, all the control and all the onus is on that driver. So it's like, as a woman, do you want to get an Uber alone? Fuck to the no. As a woman, when you're in that Uber, do you want that driver that you don't know at all to know exactly where you live whenever you're being dropped off, or where you stay and things like that? You know, you want to kind of put them on like a corner or whatever. You know, it's like there's all these extra rules that I never even thought of that women have to deal with there in that regard. And then I think about the community. I think about like how safe are these venues and all that other stuff there. And it's like, you know, for me, it's like, cool. If I got my wallet, I got my hotel key, I got my phone charged, I can get out of any problem I have generally here. But for a woman, it's like, do you have a taser? Do you have pepper spray? Do you have your phone? Do you have someone you can be escorted with that you trust? That way you can, like, you know, ride in a car together or whatever. Like, you have like a buddy system to keep each other accountable and safe. You know, there's all these other things here, and it's like, you want to trust people, but in reality, do you know who to trust? If you are a female in the community, if you're like a new member of the community and it's your first time going to a venue and everyone's being really nice to you, of course it's gonna be nice to you. They're accountable at that point, right? But the minute that nice person brings you to I don't know, your hotel room or their hotel room or their car, how different is it, you know? That's the whole thing here, right? It's like it's all about min maxing the what's the word here? Probable doubt. Is that what I'm trying to say right now? So it's all about min maxing that, right? It's like, yeah, you're a nice guy in public, but the minute you're alone and ain't nobody looking, that's where, you know, that's where it just gets wild. So I look at her list here and I'm just like, yeah, this is like, why wasn't that continued a thing? I would love to hear this actually, but I probably need to read this a bit further here, but I'll leave it here for y'all if y'all want. So, yeah, this is not even like a Smash only thing. This is like a everywhere ever thing, honestly. So you got that there. Then we have here a really good point that is it Kavi? I actually don't know how to say her name. Is it Quave or Kavi? Well, either way, she's really cool. I met her at shit, dude. I met her at Genesis 7, January 2019. I actually met a lot of the female Smash community there. Her point is really good. I don't think this is needed to be said, but don't release your apology on Google Docs and then keep editing it to add your newest and best excuses or latest PR fluff. Incredibly disingenuous. Yeah, this is actually a valid point here. Some people have been doing their statements on Google Docs, which can be continuously edited, which I think is like not. It's just kind of like lowering the transparency because you can just kind of like in real time patch note tweak it to better condition everyone once you get the feedback of the whole thing there. So something to keep in mind there too. Yeah, so I think that I will be sure to call out future ones that have like that are using Google Doc because it's like it's kind of like a get out of jail free card a little bit there. Now I will say here I don't know if like people are doing that on purpose. Though obviously no. Now to be fair, Pixel's a piece of shit. I mean I don't think I went this one earlier, but yeah, fuck this person too though. So we'll get to that a little bit later though. Anyways, but yeah, it's important to note here that like that is a thing they can do if they use Google Docs comparatively. So, and then here we have the other, again, remember this is all out of order here. It's not really, it's not in any order of importance, just like what I had open from my own, trying to like get everything all together here. So we have zeros, I believe, technically third statement. The first one was like kind of like nothing. The second one was like a lot of like pivoting and kind of like making it about something else here. This is the statement that's like left me like a really, if I'm being honest here, again, just my assessment, sour taste in my mouth because it was like, so there are points here addressing things, and then you have here the screen caps of like I don't know, I'm trying to think here, like screen caps of this 14-year-old girl that he was talking to or whatever for like a long time, I think. And then it kind of goes from that into this big story about his own parents and the abuse he had to witness from the physical abuse his father delivered to his mother, and some other pretty graphic stuff like that. But I would say that like this is like comfortably. The thing about this is, and maybe, and I get it here, you know, I'm not looking for sympathy or support in mentioning it in any way here, and all that. And it's kind of him trying to explain like why he's socially awkward, I think, or something like that. And the thing here is that those like, okay, again, it's just my feedback here. It's not me saying definitively that it is bad, but when you make your apology, I suppose, to Jisoo about you, it does kind of come off like you're intending to sway like the ending, the lasting impression of the whole thing into like you being the victim, which is fine, certainly, but I would have rather this whole thing here be more about the point and not this big derail here, because the whole thing here is like, this is man, it sucks to even talk about this right now here. It comes off like masterful manipulation whenever it is, and again, maybe he didn't intend that, maybe because this is probably a very personal thing here, but perhaps it should have been a separate post, and it should have been more concise on like, you know, addressing the things that are being accused in the first place here, and being really to the point on those things. Maybe obviously I am no saint. I think I did the best of my ability with my own apology stuff here when it comes to like the F slur incident in 2018. Yeah, pretty much. Or even like the Destiny and word drama and all that. But what I will say here, and this is, I'm gonna go back to full screen for this one. What I will say here is that, like, you know, here's the real talk, okay? Apologizing and apologies are kind of a skill. Like, you know, I wouldn't say that people are automatically good at it, and I wouldn't say that many are ever prepared to be in the scenario of dealing with that kind of thing. You know, you fucked up, and you're also a public figure, and you have the massive amount of accountability on you, and every word you say when everyone's waiting on your response to these major accusations is gonna get, you know, eaten alive essentially. So it's like you're emotional, it's high pressure, it's volatile, and honestly, like anything else here, like, you know, if you're emotionally biased because you feel like that you were, you know, that you're being perhaps absurdly punished or wronged, you may want to fight back, as opposed to making a genuine apology that is free of the whataboutisms, of the pivoting, of the blaming of others, and just kind of like, no, I wronged, here's why, here's what I'm going to change, and I'm going to cement that and move forward with it. You know, that whole thing there, honestly. And in a moment to better understand it here, okay, when I got a week-long ban for using the F slur in 2018, I was so mad, because I was like, why me? This is such an extreme punishment for me. Like, I've been clean of conduct for a long ass time on Twitch, and I'm not getting a warning. I'm getting a freaking, not a 1 day, not a 3 day, I'm getting a 7 day for hateful speech. You know, and it's just like, fuck, dude, like, it's so unfair. And I was sitting here like, you know, just ugh. And the first apology I typed up, honestly, here, and I've never told you before actually, was loaded in whataboutisms, and just like, you know, I'm sitting here blowing myself like, y'all know me, my code of character. I have always been an ally of the LGBTQ, and I'm tri-hex, dude. I can't believe this shit, and just whatever, right? It was a garbage apology, but I'm glad that I sat on it, because I was like, okay, I typed this up, and I feel better because I'm aiming for that retribution, but it's not good. You know, it's me trying to use my consistent conduct, with the exception of this 1 day, to minimize the harm I did to people by using this problematic terminology. And once I cooled down, this is also why I didn't like throw it out there right away here. Like, you know, I cooled down, and I think about 12 hours later, I woke up, and now I typed it up again. Like, just completely deleted it and typed it up again. I was like, okay, no, let's try again, but make it really count this time. And yeah, so then I felt a lot better about that, because I'm human too. I was like, it was like I was so mad, but then over time I was like, no, this is stupid. Like, I'm letting a word control the entirety of my situation here. I can do better than this, honestly, and I am better than this. And so I did do that. So, you know, anyways though, so yeah, the point being here is that, like, being good at apologizing is not automatic. It's not inherited. You know, that is mostly a very difficult thing to work through, depending on the context, and everyone's really emotional when it's happening, obviously. So it's like, you know, you have to like really put your ego aside and accept a couple of things here. That one, you can apologize, but keep in mind that when you apologize genuinely, you are doing it for your own closure. There is no obligation to the person you're apologizing to accept that apology. You did the wrong, and you're doing this for yourself, not for clout, not for acceptance, not for whatever, for yourself. And I think when you think of it that way, you better understand why certain apologies resonate with you emotionally, and then certain ones you're completely like, yeah, fuck this person, whatever. So so with that aside here, yeah, I encourage you to read this one in more detail here, but like, it's like it kind of came off to me like really, really weird because it was mostly about him and not so much about Jisoo or the accusations. And the thing is, when you make it about you, it's more like, I did these bad things because bad things were done to me, so I couldn't help it, I guess, is kind of what comes to mind. But again, I would encourage you to come back here and look at it, because it's kind of a lot. I kind of forgot, and I've read like at least like 20 of these things today, so I kind of don't really remember in detail what happens here, but I'm just kind of giving my general impression that I've retained after several hours of reading it. So then we have DJ Nintendo, who said here that working on a detailed statement. It's been taking a while since there's so many things to address. That's all we got so far here, and that was quite a few hours ago. The thing here is though, is that like I think I have a poster later on here. It's like 6 or 7 women. It's pretty bad. It's like, and a lot of them have receipts. Some are just, you know, tweet longers, but a lot of them have like DMs that like show exactly what he was doing with the grooming and all that. So yeah, it's looking pretty bad, but we'll come back. We'll move on though. So then we got a Cosmos posting on behalf of the members of the Loft here, which this here is a Sylv, Cosmos, and Hakoru, or Hakoru, I think I'm saying it right. And ultimately they bring out this joint statement together here and say that like the things, I don't really know the whole context here. It's like Colonies moves in with them. By the way, Cosmo Boy. Colonies is a really good, very talented young Link. I one day want to be like him. He's so fucking good. This game is ridiculous. And I'm trying to think here. It's like, so I told y'all earlier, Keitaru, he subbed with a minor, and I shouldn't. I don't want to recap it because I kind of can't do a good job of that right now. I would encourage you just to kind of read it. They released a statement, and they kind of like bring up some stuff about Keitaru and his shit and Colonies not being in the know about what was going on with that. So I encourage you to kind of read this one, because I don't think I can really, I don't want to misspeak on it. So you kind of can check it out there. So go over there, do that, do your thing there, check it out. I'm really close with Cosmos. Me and him go back 2015, 2016, back in Smash 4. And so I've always been like rooting for him. He's my dude. He's my dude. You know, yeah, he's just a homie, dude. So I got nothing but love for him, dude. I look at Cosmos and I'm like, man, he's cool. You know, whenever I see like, a black weeb, I'm like, I always like get like a soft spot, because it's like, I too, I'm a black anime loving person, right? And I always feel like that experience was tainted for me because of the bigotry at my high school, where I was like the only black kid who played Yu-Gi-Oh! So I told you before about this whole thing here, and it was like, why do you act so white? Is what I got told, and and by the black kids, it was like, why you act so white? And it's like, well, I don't, I'm not acting a certain way, I'm just doing what I enjoy. I don't. Why do you feel threatened by my lack of engagement with you? Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, it's some southern bigotry bullshit or whatever, but the point is, it fucked me up because it made me shamed of enjoying Yu-Gi-Oh, of enjoying Dragon Ball Z, of enjoying anime, and enjoying being with my friends who all happen to be white. But that's because I was in a fucking shitty ass small town rural high school where I don't fucking know, there wasn't any fucking diversity or whatever. So whenever I see people who can just like thrive in these times now comparatively, and just like, be openly into, Kill All Kill or Agami Got Kill or Death Note or whatever, we fuck with anime, it's cool, and it's not even, you have to like regress it or whatever. So I always find it really cool whenever I see people like Cosmos just like, fucking, killing it right now. So yeah, they released that. So check it out there if you want to. At some point here, Zero says, yeah, so he releases his second statement or third statement, whatever you want to call it here, and then he 20 minutes later adds to it saying that I want to mention that I'll also be permanently banning myself from Smash Bros. Events in any capacity. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable, and I don't deserve to be there ever again after all this. So interesting. I feel like he was definitely like, you know, talking to people in the DM still after releasing this here, and just kind of like, I don't know. It's hard for me to say really. I don't know actually, but what I will say is that I didn't see Zero going to events anyway, so it's kind of like a calculated risk of sympathy farming. Okay, I didn't want to say that, but that's like, I'm not trying to be a hater. I know that he doesn't really give a shit about going back to competitive Smash, so I don't know how much that was already going to be a thing anyway. Just kind of like use that as like a caveat to like, you know, play up this idea that he's like really going to, you know, he's victim Andy or whatever. I don't know, it something like that, dude. I don't, forgive me if that comes off as like me hating. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of like, I'm being really honest, and it's kind of like I don't really enjoy calling that what it is right there, but fuck. Anyways, he says here, continues on, I'll be taking a break from the internet and content with everything for some time. I'll try to come up with ways to do something good at the very least. I'm sorry. So yeah, so that happens again. I'm still kind of like, we'll see what's to come of that, I suppose. That could be interpreted a lot of ways there. Again, I'm still thinking this is like the aftermath and the result of DMing people, and I don't know. I feel like he was DMing Jisoo privately and maybe like came to terms that like, okay, well, I am not suited to be the role model of this community maybe, and I'm going to step away to let someone else be such. Since, you know, one could assume from his statements here that he's just trying to like still maintain the power of being the most the biggest influence in Smash for a lot of people, and perhaps he's not suited for such. I don't know, but you know, look at that and take whatever you want from it there. Again, I'm just kind of giving you my own take. It's not saying that my take is the correct take, not saying that Zero is canceled. I'm not really saying, honestly, I don't even know what I'm saying right now really here. I'm just kind of like, here's my gut reaction, and we kind of go from there with it, because I'm still processing everything myself. You know, everyone here, me and Zero go way far back. You know, a cool story here, y'all, is that, so May 2018, y'all know I'm on Tempo Storm here, right? May 2018, I go to I visit Reynad's house, and it's me, him, and then we had like the Red Bull crew, and we were like filming this thing called Game Changers, right? But we're gonna do a bunch of cool stuff. Visit the beach, go work out, and hit up Koreatown and go out drinking or whatever. And the thing there is like, I'm sorry, no, I'm not looking at the camera here. I'm just like, I don't know, it's easier when I can just like kind of like, I'm thinking about all this stuff right now in my head here. I was talking to Reynad at one point when we were filming the Game Changers thing, and I look over at him and I'm like, all right, look, bro, if you were smart, you would pick up Zero. I am telling you, pick him up now before Smash Ultimate comes out, and I promise you won't regret the decision. I told him that, and then Zero, you know, hits me up and is like, yo, should I, is Tempo dope? And I'm like, yeah, I'm really happy with him actually. You should, bro, if me and you were on that same team, dude, we would kill it. You'd kill it. And now I'm not saying I'm taking credit for this whole thing here, but I do think I planted the spark that led to him joining Tempo on my team. It was pretty cool. So, you know, the point is that, you know, me and Zero became boys at that point. And he's a very smart guy. And I think he's very disciplined, and I think he does a way better job at a fuck ton of shit than I do. I also worry he's kind of a workaholic at the same time though. So, but like, so I was like, I kind of wonder like when he stops really, because it's like, damn dude, you are a content powerhouse. And I know based off of how I'm doing it, I'm like, I produce like a third of the content he does comparatively. Like, my man was like streaming all the time, and the YouTube was blowing up, and just kept going and going and going. And I was just like, I feel you're gonna burn out, man. But I don't know, maybe he was just like super on that. But anyways, though, yeah. So the point is, like, me telling you these genuine critiques of his like statements, or like, it's not fun because I want him to like do good, I guess, right? Or whatever. So someone responded to his statement here saying that, hey Zero, I shared a room with you for a full year, remember? I was also there for the Jesus situation. I suggest you start taking some responsibility before I make my own statement. I'll give you 24 hours. Now, so the thing here, so someone's threatening to come clean, but if it doesn't come clean in a day. But like, I don't know, this seems kind of weird to me that a person would like, you know, threaten or essentially publicly blackmail someone, or are gonna come out here. I feel like if you were abused or you have a story to tell, you would just tell it. So this could be like farming for attention or whatever. I don't fucking know, but yeah, I don't know, whatever, dude. It's just weird. And also, I don't know who this is at all here, so I don't know, whatever. Well, I guess we'll see what comes from that. But next here we have the moon. So the moon is a melee Marth player from New York, and he rose up. I forgot when I initially met him here. I think I met him like in 2015, but yeah, he's pretty cool. We hung out, oh man, where were we at? I believe Genesis 5 was where like I hung out with him the most. And by that I mean, you know, it'd be him and the boys, and I would tag along to go eat somewhere, but you know, I never really like, I don't know the moon that well, but you know, we follow each other on Twitter, so we were boys. Well, either way though, you have here the story of how apparently the moon, he has a big problem with objectifying women. He asked a female about essentially having a threesome, or he like asked her boyfriend about what's good. Can I have her for tonight? Or whatever, or some, I don't know, some shit like that. It was some like weird champ objectification of women or whatever. So you can look into this one if you want to here, but yeah, there's that there. I think he released a statement to refute this, but I want to say that more than one person has come out, and he was already like internally labeled as a creep anyway by the time that this all had happened. So I think he is only, it's the classic case of like, you know, the first accusation comes out, and then he released a statement that confronts that one accusation, right? But then like more come out, like more women come out, and it's like, oh shit, well, and then like other bones come out the closet or whatever, and it's like, okay, well, fuck. So I think at this point now he's released a statement. It covered one thing, but more than one person has said some shit like this about him, so it's like whatever. So take that, run with it if you want to there. But he did run a pretty tight circle with other people who we're going to bring up here later on here, who have most certainly had a questionable past as well. So here we have the first like anti one, I guess here. There was an exception that women who entered the house were free game. One guy was so appalled that they would let a woman he couldn't sleep with into the house. He tweeted this while I was still staying there. 2017. There's a girl in my house right now that's 16. I forgot girls can be 16. I thought we were all past this at this point. LOL. Get her out. It's 1 a.m. So, you know, which the implications here are that, like, you know, oh, oh man, she's a minor and therefore we can't smash. Man, get her the fuck out of here, dude. I'm trying to smash right now. That's the implication I get from this whole thing here. Maybe I'm misreading that there, but I'm pretty confident this is like not meant to be like a precautious whatever thing. It's more like a, yeah, bro, she ain't about fucking, I'm out. Like get her out of here, dude. I ain't got time for it. So, but again, I mean, if you want to look at it yourself and tell me what you think, I'm all for it. But I'm pretty confident it's that's the interpretation of that there. But we'll move on though. And I got all these 0 1 0 open here. Oh yeah, so this is the first zero statement that like it kind of like, you know, reinforces that the people who have been canceled so far or have been outed were you know, problematic people. Essentially it's Zero's assessment of D1 and others who were like, you know, outed early on here. All right, so let's stop for a second, 'cause this is where it gets a little bit more crazy. So out of the people who you know, who I know of, who I know personally, who have been outed so far: Sleepy K, Senpai, Nairo, D1, DJ Nintendo, Keitaro, Anti, The Moon, whatever. I guess Zero to an extent here, allegedly. Out of all these here, like, some surprise me more than others. Oh no, there's a lot more. These are just the ones that I know. I know them personally. I have a way bigger list of people that I'm gonna show y'all later on here. Don't worry. No, but the one that shocks me here is D1. D1, I had him on the stream like, what, 3 weeks ago or less. You know, D1, I honestly, when it comes to D1, if you told me he was like that, I'd be like, nah, not D1. Nah, I talked to me and D1. We've had heart to heart. We've talked. We've you know, I had a heart with him about, you know, Black excellence and how, like, you know, I think it's really cool that, you know, I think it's really cool what you do, because like you genuinely are doing a phenomenal job in Black representation, which I tell you I'm always, like, you know, super excited about. And it's like, I don't know. So it saddens me because, well, it saddens me because we'll get to like his thing, which I'm like actually kind of like annoyed by. And I don't enjoy like taking it down. I don't enjoy, like, you know, picking apart like why I'm disappointed, really. So anyway, so yeah, so Shiva, I believe, was the goddamn dude. So Shiva is the girl that Keitaro admitted to having sex. Wait, I'm sorry, I have to think opening. I'm sorry. Is the girl he admitted to having sex with, I believe. And then she comes forward with a anonymous DM from someone who wanted to remain anonymous and be safe, but ultimately, like, you know, calls out D1 in particular. I spent a lot of the time talking to Anti, The Moon, Keitaro, and D1 in particular, and had sex with all of them. So yeah, there's stuff here, but so there's this thing here. This might not be the one I'm thinking of here, though, actually. But yeah, you can look this one here if you want to. But I'll come back to, because if this is the one where the girl lied on Tinder, I'll come back to that because I have more to say on that one anyway. So that one happens. This is kind of in the wrong order here. And oh yeah, and then we got like Senpai, which I haven't even gotten to yet. Good lord. So this picture, this is not accurately timed, but the caption is accurate. I'm 22 in this picture, by the way. I'm younger than Senpai in this picture, which is crazy. But we'll I'm gonna take my time with the Senpai one, because there's like there's a lot to go into with that one, honestly. We have here my experience as a girl in the Smash community. So this one is like a general call out where it's like catcalling, uncomfortable stares, just all the typical bullshit that, you know, I have no problem believing that women deal with in gaming, much less deal with in Smash. But I'm sure it's pretty prevalent in Smash. You know, people just kind of like, you know, I don't know, like, from what I understand, this one here, and it doesn't surprise me at all, women try not to bring attention to themselves whenever they're at a venue. You know what I'm saying? And so when that does happen, that tends to lead to unwanted attention by those that don't know the women there, and just like, you know, it just gets like weird and creepy and just awkward. So let's see here. Okay, then we have Captain Zach, who yeah, so this is the Captain Zach Nairo one. There's like a lot going on there. A lot going on there. And dude, where I want to go with this one here. This one's just honestly really, really sad. So I guess, okay, so the Captain Zach one is, this is where it begins, because like, okay, this one hits me personally in a lot of ways. I'm sorry, I don't know why I didn't bring it up earlier. I should have actually. In a lot of ways, because I think I wrote this real quick. So I'll just tell you the stories. I don't know how to. I'm trying to paraphrase and I'll tell you the story here. So the story is, I went to bed at 11 p.m. 2 days ago, right? I get a phone call at 3 a.m. from a friend of mine who was like, yo, go on Twitter right now. And I was like, oh, what's going on, dude? And then once I go there and I'm on there, then I get a DM, and it's my it's my old YouTube editor. It's Plumer. Plumer now works for Nairo. He's now Nairo's video editor, which I'm proud he got that gig. And I'm like, cool, I'm hoping that you're still doing your thing, because, like, you know, I had to figure out how to get myself good again, because I wasn't really, my YouTube was costing more money to produce than I was actually making, so I wasn't really able to like keep him around much longer to be able to afford him, unfortunately, because I had been doing a bad job streaming or whatever at that point. And you know, so I'm talking to Plumer, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, man, what happened here, dude? And it's just it's sickening, honestly. So so Captain Zach had sexual relations with Nairo, which that in itself is like a situation that requires its own separate breakdown and context here, but I'd rather not really focus on that, because what really irks me here is the violation of trust that Nairo did to the entire community, because ultimately things happened, and then Nairo decides to, you know, submit hush money to Captain Zach over what they did. And the thing about that is, like, it's incredibly stressful. Like, you know, it's like, yeah, here, just like shut up and take the money and then fuck out of here, dude. And it's like, that can really weigh on someone. I mean, Zach is still going through it, and that's like for years, you know. And it's just like, I'm not saying that Zach's a saint under any condition here, but it's like, man, dude, that is a lot of mental toll to deal with for anybody. You know, it's like, the way I would compare that here, right, is like, imagine a close friend of yours beats their girlfriend. You know, he beats his girlfriend, but he like hypothetically like gives you money to like just shut up and like not say anything about it. And the guilt of that, it weighs on you heavily. You wonder, how is she doing or whatever. It's just like, you know, it's just yeah, you know, it's just, yeah, it's not good. And the thing is, like, you're paying hush money to somebody because as an admittance of guilt, as a validation of shame. You don't want this to come out because you're shamed, and so you and then you want to keep it under the hush because of the guilt, right? So, and the thing is, it's not like, you know, Nairo did all that, but then also violated the entire trust of the whole community. Like he wasn't just like, you know, a top Smash player. He was the #1 Smash streamer. Like, I remember specifically, I remember the debating here. I want to, you know, when I was signing off, whenever Min dropped on Tuesday or Monday, I was like, my boy's got 17.2 thousand viewers, 17.2K. And I was like, well, he don't need me to rate him. That's who I'd watch right now, but he don't need me to rate him. And he was just killing it. And it's like, dude, you've been #1 on top, you know, for such a long time now. And it's like, damn, dude, at what cost, bro? So, yeah, so it's just like when you're #1 like that, and you're just like, you're duping the whole community. You got everyone like, you know, giving you like sub money or whatever, you know, Twitch support, sub money, YouTube money, whatever, like all this shit. And it's just like, and they're all being conned the whole time. It's just gross. It's like a massive violation of trust. But it gets worse. You know, this incident came to surface in 2018, denied it. Worse yet, he was accused of it again, the day before Captain Zach came forward, denied it. I know there's a tweet somewhere for it. I saw a tweet. There's a screen cap somewhere where he like literally the day before July 1st, he said, that's a rumor, that's fake, blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. So the reality here is that like, if you were willing to lie the day before, and you did, because you did lie the day before, you were never going to tell the truth. And ultimately it can come off as like, you know, you're sorry because you got caught. Now, I believe that now his apology is genuine because the overwhelming amount of shame and guilt, because, you know, you just like double, tripled, quadrupled down the whole thing here. And it's like, and you just put all this burden on Captain Zach to just maintain this lie. It's exhausting. I don't know if y'all can compute here how mentally draining that can possibly be. Like I don't think I can even fathom it here, but I know it must super ultra suck. And I hope that Captain Zach feels a lot more weight off his shoulders now to be able to like kind of like move on and get closure here, because, you know, it's like, I don't know what the term is called here, whenever like, you know, you're annoyed by something and you desire closure in the situation so you can move on from it. But, you know, that's what it is. I know someone can give me a better thing here, but it's like, you know, the whole thing there is just like, you know, fuck, man. I want closure, but I can't get it. So I'm not in control of the situation. And then that causes like, you know, sadness, anxiety, depression. That can just be, it can be all kinds of things, dude. It's just like, and not only that, by the way, and I'll be totally keen here, okay? If we're being totally honest here, $2,400 as payment to Captain Zach, it's crumbs, honestly. It's actually insulting here. If you have 8,000 subs, the amount of money you make is ludicrous, bonkers, insane. And throwing Zach over the course of years, 2 G's, come on, bro. Like you're a piece of shit, dude. But, you know, regardless of that, I don't think that's not really a point to really hit on there. But, you know, and I also don't know all the context either. So it's just my own personal assessment. I'm not saying that necessarily that is what you should think, clearly. But, you know, there's just a lot going on there. So Nairo, and it's disgusting, but it's disappointing, really. It's like, damn, dude. You're really gonna you're going to keep up this whole facade for as long as you could, huh? Not as important here at this point now, but if any of you have doubts about Nairo doing anything, here you go. Photo was taken at Royal Flush 2017. You cannot tell me from this photo alone that feels off about it. It's not as important here, but like, you just, you know. Next year we got D1, and this is also the one where I'm like probably the most upset, actually. So Katie Dominate. So Katie Dominates a thing here. She says that she got blackout drunk and she awakened to essentially D1 fucking her. No consent, obviously. And from that, now I'll pause here, okay? So that's the accusation there. But D1 has released a statement, and his statement said that, oh, well, you know, we were kind of like, you know, we were both drunk. And, you know, I don't remember it that well. Or I don't remember it that well. Yeah, I don't remember it. But we were both drunk, and also, but she was 18, by the way, so she was legal. We were both drunk, and it was kind of like a, you know, a double non-consensual situation. So it's kind of like his word versus her word. Not really proof to that. So take that, roll with it there. She says she was blackout drunk. Even says he doesn't remember doing anything here because he was like too drunk to say or do anything. But that's not the problem here for me. The problem here for me on this one here is that like Katie Dominate continues to say that, like, you know, after they fucked the following day, she was effectively slut shamed, which I am a big I hate that. I absolutely hate that. It's so fucking stupid. And so so the whole thing there is that like so D1 fucks her and then brags about fucking her to everyone else in his like circle or whatever, and then discards her as like nothing more than like a smash hoe, or like, you know, a disposable like smash groupie or whatever, or something like that. I forget her exact words here. Again, I encourage you to actually read the thing, because she has it in her own details here. And so that happens, right? And I'm like, okay, well, and then so D1 statement says that he does not, that was a rumor, he never did that, and she can't prove it, which is okay, which is fair, you know. Okay, we're still at a he said she said situation as far as this goes so far, right? However, I think I have this here too. Yeah, so however, though, this gets a lot more context, right? So that's her statement versus his statement. Where this gets different here is that so MVD, you know, the world's best snake, I would say right now, right? MVD, my boy, he ends up dating Katie 7 months after this incident happens. They get tight, and I'm sure that she disclosed to him all the stuff because it was probably traumatic or whatever, or annoying and problematic and everything else here. Here's what happens, right? So she's not a known person. However, she later gets with a known person. She gets with MVD. MVD, a top ranking player, has reach. And so now it's like, oh shit, I wronged that girl, and she can't do anything because I'm untouchable, because I'm D1 or whatever. I have power, I have clout. And now that she's with MVD, that could come to light. What happens here is that DMs get exposed that show the priorities of D1 in this regard here. And what happens here is that, like, long story short, D1 apologizes to MVD for what he did. But MVD is like, why are you apologizing to me? I'm not the victim here. Why aren't you talking to the victim? And essentially he kind of like discards this, like, okay, so you're cool, all right, well then I'll patch things up with her later on. I kind of want to like let things like steam over. So his priority here was really just to like have MVD be cool and not get exposed in any kind of way here, as opposed to ever actually apologizing to her. Now I'm paraphrasing that regard here. I do encourage you to read the DMs more, because there's like this one here, and there's also a second thread that has more stuff. Might be yeah, so here's a statement. Let me go further. Yeah, okay, here we go. So have you talked to Caitlyn? Because I think she's the one you need to be apologizing to be honest. After thinking about Smash the Record weekend, I definitely don't need an apology, but I feel she does. Granted, alcohol was part of the equation. You should know better. I'm good, fam. I wouldn't press the situation any further. So yeah, yeah, it's a pretty colossal bullshit here. So take that and work with what you want here. Now let's go back here further, right? The thing here is, as well as that, like, D1 statement, it's kind of terrible, honestly. I'll be real here. It's pretty shit. I thought he was I was waiting for his to come through, because I was like, okay, well, you know, clear yourself, man. I feel like you're well spoken, you're articulate, you know that it's a sticky situation right now, and I'm waiting to hear you before I make an assessment of what happened here. And it was kind of shit. It was just like it was a lot of pivoting blame and a lot of deniability. You know, I was drunk, I don't remember anything. If she says that things happened, then I'm sorry they happened. And it's kind of like this, like, trying to downplay it or whatever. And it wasn't like really like a call to action to like better himself in it either. It just felt like a really shitty one. So if you want to look at it, you can here, but I wasn't really. And then of course afterward, more girls come out too, by the way. So there's more, like, and this is the classic case here, right? Like, you address one incident, the one that has the attention right now, hoping to blow things over, But then when another one comes up afterward, it's like, okay, so you were only eager to address what's been brought to light rather than come clean, you know, just like, so, you know, that's just kind of like, you know, so yeah, there's that right there. So that's D1, and that one was like really disheartening, honestly, because I honestly never would have thought, really. But then we have I forget what this one actually has here: sexual harassment from top players. Oh yeah, so yeah, Dacia, am I saying her name right? She D1, Static Manny, DC, which I don't know if this is like the same DC I'm thinking of here right now or not, but like if it's like DC, then it's like I know him too, and that kind of sucks if that is him. But you see, oh okay, yeah. So this one here, like what happens here is that D1 offers to share his room, his hotel room, with her. D1 ultimately weaponizes the situation and like essentially hops in the bed naked, unsolicited, and like she doesn't, you know, she tries to like scoot away from him on the other side of the bed, and then like he ultimately comes in to like, you know, spoon her or get close to her while in the nude. And ultimately I want to say once she denied him of any sexual advance, he like didn't do anything more at that point, but then treated her very differently after that point throughout the weekend, and just kind of felt like, you know, essentially objectified. So yeah, you can read that one there if you want. So there's that one there. I don't think there's been anything else new on that one since then. I don't think it's responded to anything else right there. So you got that. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So yeah, there. So we have. So then he actually, there was 2 responses here. We have here from MBD again here. This DM was sent after I got permission from the victim to speak about it. Why bring it up if you did nothing wrong? Still trying to seek my approval and make sure that we are okay when I was not the victim. Why did I have to beg you to talk to her after talk to her at Evo? We should talk soon. Apparently I heard you still have issues with me when I thought we were good. We can talk at CEO after I'm done with bracket. Trying to focus on CEO and nothing more at the moment. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'll give you space. So yeah, that's the you know, I'm good, fam. Wouldn't press any further on the situation. The statement still fucking haunts me and makes me sick to this day. How dare you? Yeah, so just, you know. And the thing about that is, y'all, it's like what I hate about slut shaming is that, like, the classic example, like it's like nothing's really changed here. A guy can fuck 10 girls in a month and be considered a pimp, a king, you know, a playa, got game. A woman can fuck 10 dudes, slut, whore, e-girl, thought, whatever. And it's just like, this is a blatant double standard here, really. Like, and this is like hasn't gotten really any better in the last like 30 years. I'd say no. Well, I mean, yeah, it has gotten better, but it's like, you know, still though, like, slut shaming is just like this really disgusting power dynamic, and it's like it is sexist, and it just kind of like brings over this, that some people are just like way too drunk on the clout Kool-Aid, and you know. So then we have here Nairo's statement. I'm not making excuses. My behavior was wrong. I was wrong. I messed up tremendously. To Zach, I apologize for making you feel like you had to carry a burden all these years. That's not fair to you. I'm truly sorry. I am taking some time for self-reflection, and I'm committed to getting help. I need to be better, grow, and learn. As a result, I will not be active on social media. I betrayed the people who trusted, depended upon me, the NRG esports staff who helped make me professionally, and more importantly, the community who has supported and looked up to me all these years. I failed you all. I am sorry. It's so hard to take it. I mean, I'm sure at this point now that he's like in the corner, he, you know, may be genuinely sorry. But the problem is here is like your character was revealed. You literally lied about it the day before. The money corrupted you. The clout blinded you. You had no intention of ever really stopping here. You were going to hold this burden over Zach for as long as possible and maintain your position of lucrative financial success for as long as you can at the cost of, well, really a lot of things here. So, you know, that's pretty crazy, man. That's a very that's a heavy thing to hold on yourself, you know. I don't think I could do that at all, because it just seems I like to be able to go to bed just like a simpler man, a simpler life, just like not shit like this here. So yeah, this is trash is what I would call it at this point. It's just sad though. I just feel like I'm disappointed more than anything else here with that one. Like there were so many times you could have, like, I don't know, handled it differently, but you let it go until it absolutely had to happen at that point. Anti, he unfollowed everyone, including me. I'm sorry, not only that, by the way, he soft blocked me. And that's whenever you block someone and then unblock them, because when you block them, they are forced to unfollow you. So he soft blocked me, and then he locked his tweets. But yeah, Anti, I don't know, said a bunch of dumb shit here. So yeah, so he like I mean there's like a lot going on here. He I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of tired now. I'm trying to remember all this shit now. He did some stuff here. I probably got it written down here somewhere. So we have another one, DJ Nintendo Accusation. This one comes from Holly, who I don't know her personally, but I'll reach out to her and see if she's all right. So there's, again, just him being like a predator essentially. Yep, the picture with the squad, Venom, and Marie. So again, remember Marie was the one who was like said that she was kissed on the lips by Anti without her consent. Essentially, just ran up and did it to her. So here's that picture of the throwback. Yeah, and then this one here, and then yeah, this one here. So we covered all that there. So there's all that. So that's just like, that is just, I don't know, all those there. Let's see here. So there's a thing, I got more here. That was just like that one. Right, and this one's Senpai. This one. Okay, all right. So then, okay, before we get to move on here, okay, so this one right here. Okay, so this window here is, these are a bunch of ones I found over the weekend that don't pertain to people I know personally, but in case you want to read them, you're more than invited to. So I'm just gonna throw you these right here in rapid. The Moon's regarding allegations towards me, please read. Again, I follow the Moon, but I don't think I know him too well here. FGC stuff. PG Keith, aka Keith the Human. So that one, we follow each other, but I don't think I actually know him that well. Air 102 was responding here to Captain Zach's coming out here, and since he has all you here now, Keitaro time had sex with a minor, Shiva, right? During Hyrule Saga, and while I am here, let me tell you how this was all the brainchild of Lima and Tamim. Bravo, guys! You took down the Smash community just like I know you would. So this is actually where I first found out about the whole Keitaro thing, but you know, it is what it is. So here's that here. Starman 3, the true pedophile, my experience with him. I forget, like, I don't even remember if this is like a Smash thing or not here, but just, you know, it's, you know, we got a lot to roll through here. So we got that one. The situation with Scruff. That one. Okay, so this right here, so low tier god. I mean, this one's a little bit different, okay? So low tier god, he was sexually abused as a child. I'm sure you all know who he is. LTG. He's a fighting game person. He plays Street Fighter and stuff like that. And what he said here, this is a now deleted tweet, but it's come to observe here, right? He says, since we're all coming out for clout, sympathy, and social media hugs in 2020, here's mine. When I was 7, I was repeatedly fondled as a boy in private school by an older teenager girl, and then more by older girls/women. And no, I was not molested. My sex card was activated early. So the thing is, there is, like, you know, clearly he had a traumatic experience when he was young, but he's like, his ego defense is making it flipped as if, like, you know, he wasn't in control of that situation. And I feel like he most certainly needs counseling, and that there's probably a lot of like tangible side effects to this mental outlook here that he's like trying to cope with it. And I honestly do hope that low tier god is able to like kind of like come at peace with that, because I feel like there's a lot of his like personality traits I feel are really, they root back to the turmoil of this time, I would say. So I used to make fun of him a lot here, but then like whenever I heard he actually was molested as a kid, it's like, I don't know, I can tell he needs like counseling and being able to get in there and do that. So I feel for him there. So I do want to say I no longer want to like roast him for being a like tone deaf, sensitive, hypocritical idiot, because like in reality it all makes sense now. You know, it's like that's not who he is. It's you know, his innocence was robbed of him, and that leads to this like constant like proving to himself that like he's in control of the situation, you know. So it's just sad to look at it, really. Anyways, we have here moving on here, so there's plenty to get through here as well. Rock Croc, I don't know who that is here, but that person's probably trash. IBDW, he's like a really top ranking Fox player, you know, in the post God era of Melee, and he had a thing right here you can check out there if you want to. Texas Smash. Okay, so the Texas Smash, what happens here is that like the those who were in power of, I assume, the power rankings or like the Discord group or whatever, a lot of those in power had, what they would do is they would all groom girls in the scenes within Texas, and then have like a sexting sharing group where they were to exchange like sexting stuff and like nudes of the girls they've acquired to each other. And it's gross shit. So they're all trash. You can go over here. Yeah, it's trash. Focus SSB, yeah, this one right here. Get that one. Hawaii Smash Scene and Xzaz. I don't know much. I don't really know who these people are. You're about to figure out that out in there for you here. Got that one there. Keith the Human, being accountable, admitted that it was you know, that whatever he did. So yeah, that one there. My rape story. I don't think I don't know if I ever read this one yet here. So let's go throw that one in for you here. So yeah, that one. Masamune, Georgia. I'm guessing it's like a Georgia Smash Team thing. I don't really know here. I forgot this one actually, but yeah. So we got that one there. Then we have I don't remember this one at all actually. This might have been like from a while ago. No, it was 2 days ago. Okay, so my story. Okay, yeah, so it's okay, yeah, so it sounds like some stuff happened here. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and throw that one out there for you too. Sounds like some online sexting stuff right here. Again, these are all ones that I don't know too well. So a history with Remo. It's just ones I saw over the weekend at some point here. Gunblade into GGC. So you know, Kokiri, she's a member of the community, and I got to. I don't think I didn't meet her because I don't think she was at Genesis 7, but I got to you know, we followed each other after the whole Pierce canceling, and yeah, you know, I try to help her out whenever I can, you know, be an ally and all that good stuff, you know. So there's that one there. Evo 2017 obsession rumors, Priscilla Rose Sortino and harassment. This is more of an FGC one here, but yeah, you can hop on that one too. I encourage you to read all these honestly. And then okay, and this is like a newer one, but Westball's got accused of groping Mango's wife and some other shit. I forget. I think it was also grooming minors or some shit. I don't fucking remember actually. This one's like kind of new, and this one's like only like 3 hours old. So this is his response to those accusations at this point. So you can go over there and look at that one if you want to here. So all right, cool. So there's all those. Again, the West Balls one, I'm not saying all of them are like of max or even of equal badness. Just more telling you here's all the shit that's happening right now. You know, this is kind of why I've been like in the pit of like fuck me for a while. It was like, oh my god, dude, is this ever fucking end, dude? So there's all that. But I'm not done yet. There's still more, and we haven't. Yeah, there's still more here. So let's get to the I guess the heavy stuff now, like the really stupid shit. So all right, well, so clearly one that fucked me up here is Puppy. So I'm sure all of y'all know here, I was a big fan of Senpai. I was like, let's go. Okay, here's Senpai. Here is a up and coming, funky, well-spoken, good commentator and good Smash player. You know, just all the things I love to see here. You know, it's representation. She seemed, you know, able-bodied and like, you know, keen on herself, and just like, yeah, you know, she's just one of the bros. Not even like a, you know, I liked everything she represented, you know, and the more I got to know her, the more I liked her Twitter, her style. So I was really excited when I got to the point where I could finally, like, you know, do some kind of collab to like boost female representation within Smash and on Twitch. So, you know, me and her had done 2 Smash streams together. I admit I wanted to do more with her, but the problem is she's like really good. So I was getting dumpstered by her. And as a young Link main playing against her ZSS is like really, really scary, because she can just do like, she can just pop out a B raw if I'm not fast on shield and just could die because I'd suck and it's all mine or whatever. But my insecurities aside here though, yeah, we had a good time. And, you know, I think I also want to say here that I saw her get more politically engaged as I was getting more politically engaged, as Bernie was climbing the ranks and was able to like start leading the polling on the Democratic primary front runner up until, you know, Bloody Monday happened, whenever, you know, everyone folded and consolidated to being a Biden supporter essentially. Yeah, but the point is I was really politically active on Twitter at that time, more so than usual. And I saw her also get in, and it was like really cool to like see her also engaging in the political commentary and not like, and not, like just kind of like, I don't know, like not be involved here, because it's not fun. Like I thought it was important to like spread awareness of what was going on in terms of like all the blatant voter suppression, all the bullshit that's going on from the DNC at that time. I'm getting political here, I'm sorry. But and I was losing followers over because like no one enjoys seeing, a bad news Andy just dump all this political horse shit on you all day long. So it was kind of like, well, I'm losing followers, but fuck them. I don't want them anyway then, because this is important. So it was cool to see someone also in that fight alongside with me here. And anyway, so what happened here though is that Pape was sexually molested by Senpai. I believe at the time here she was 24 and he was 14. But not only that, his whole thing here, it goes into some details about it where it's like he was manipulated and he was swooned for a while, and it just kind of fucks with you a little bit here, and it leaves a lot. And he was continually instructed to like, delete Facebook logs, delete your accounts, delete all these things here, because what we have is special and you can never share that. And it was just, so you have all this energy you're putting into this relationship with like someone that you're getting feelings for, it's like, you're going through puberty. It's like, it's fucking you up and shit. And you got lust, and it's kind of making you develop all these crazy ass feelings and all that. And then like, you're being told that it's secret and that it's like this big stressful thing you can never like share with other people, like not even your family, not even your mom or nobody here. It's just like, that's a lot to put on someone like that who's that young. It's not good, and that super fucking sucks. Well, so Pape goes in detail about that, and it's just sad. But what I will say is that, like, if I can here, before we, because there's more to say about Senpai, but before we do that here, let me tell you something cool about Pape. So Pape, he when I was reading his story, I closed the twit longer, and I saw that I'm not bragging, I promise here. I saw that he was following me. He'd already been following me, and it's like, oh, he already follows me. Okay, well, this is like, and I admit here, it felt good, because it meant that, okay, my boy is like really good at Smash. Like he is here again. He is I mean, what is this here? Number 28 on the Panda Global rankings for Ultimate. He's like, he's way up there here. And like, the fact that like, me, who's like I'm not exactly like, super Smash relevant, I'm a member of the community, sure, but I've done my contributions to help the community, but I'm not like an active player or whatever. So for someone like that to just like randomly be following me means that, it makes me feel good, because it feels like, okay, it legitimizes that I am part of that community, so therefore I should do something. I shouldn't like wait for others to do things. If there's something that I'm seeing that is of my concern, I should get involved. It's not me being, preachy or high roading. It's my responsibility as someone part of the community that if something seems sus or out of line, fuck that shit, be part of the solution, not the problem, and that's really that was really cool. This is like a follow that I'm very flattered to have here, and in the best way I can put that there. So I feel for Pape a lot here, and there's more to get into here, because my whole window here is just on Senpai. So that happens. We have here an earlier thing where she denies it, because all this happened, I forget when this happened here. What year was this? Summer of 2016. Yeah, so in 2019, I wake up to disgusting rumors about me and people actually questioning them. No, it's not true. That's all the energy I will allow to this. Please try to not give attention to rumors that are based on I heard it. This hurts. You know, so yeah, she you know, pulls the whole, you know, push back here. You don't have receipts, get out of here, bro. So they're just holding it over him and shit like that. It's just it's crazy. So then we have here, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to actually link this here. So also, I'm sorry, my voice is going out a little bit now. I'm doing a lot of talking here. So we got that right there. We have the honestly, I should probably read this one. This one's like really, really important to know the severity of the situation, but I feel like everyone's already part of this one now, so I don't have to like go over this one again. And my voice is kind of going out anyway here. Yeah, here's a fib. So from here, there are 3 total tweet longers relevant to Senpai that I've read this weekend. And so you have the initial accusation from Puppy. We have this one here, his experiences with Cinnamon. And then we have over here. Okay, all right. So these are the 2 that I read right there that I just linked here, right? And those, here's what this one covers here, okay? And this is where it gets like really fucked. Okay, so Senpai was looking to move out of her housing situation and move towards a different house. She had acquired Glyph money here as a potential roommate. Well, ends up being that they were going to both together move to a new place, but that didn't really work out. So instead what happened was Glyph continued to stay at his current house, and Senpai temporarily took a bedroom at that house to live there until things got better to where they can both move to the ideal new location. So the situation was to be temporary. She was going to stay there for a couple of weeks. And then when all the ducks were in a row, they were going to move out together and become roommates at another place here. However, he made it clear to her that, you know, hey, look, while you're here temporarily, please get a job and be able to financially contribute, because that would be what is fair. Ultimately, Senpai was never really eager to get a job and felt like she was deserving of having a different lifestyle than working some normie job or whatever. And so in that regard, she never really got a job, and that was really annoying for Glyph here, because it's like, you know, you're just essentially leeching in the bedroom when we had agreed to, you know, I want to get out of here and move elsewhere in the first place here, and you're kind of holding me down now. So he's like, eventually he hits him up and is like, yo, look, you need to get a job because that's what we agreed on. She does her manipulation. She starts crying and, like, you know, making him feel really guilty for ultimately her holding up her initial end of the bargain. Annoying roommate, petty drama bullshit. Just super stupid for her, that is. And then from that, he puts an ultimatum on her. He's like, okay, you really need to get a job now. It's been several weeks, so like, get a job. So she gets a job, but she has no car. So she's like, yeah, I got a job, but I'm going to depend on my boyfriend, Wadi, you know, Wadi, the best Mewtwo, or one of the top Mewtwo's in the Smash Ultimate. Yeah, Wadi's going to drive me to my job, and when he can't, I'm going to get a ride share, and I'll do that. Of course, though, the job she gets in question doesn't last very long, lasts for about a week. She's right back to being jobless again. And now Wadi comes over to visit her, and he's essentially there all day. So it's like Wadi's there, she's there, they're not paying shit, it's annoying him, he's kind of getting tired of it, getting annoyed about it, you know. And so that what happens then is that, you know, he's ready to actually like kick her out so he can like move on and like find more productive people to room with, I suppose. But whenever this ultimatum comes at her, she uses weaponized sexuality to manipulate those around her. So she essentially throws sex at him, you know, or just fucks with him, and just like, seduction or whatever, and then does like certain things so that he'll just like kind of back off for now and just kind of move on. You know, just really, really sus stuff that is described in that pastebin. I would encourage you to check out there. And it's the same shit you see her do with the manipulating of Puppy. She did here with him as well. And he breaks down in pretty good detail how the whole thing here works. doing just enough to get the plausible deniability of like, okay, well, you're gonna do better for real this time, and then kind of move on from there. So yeah, she's just like a really manipulative person, and hearing stories this detailed about like using that weaponized sexuality, whether it be to like play puppet into her hand or glyph, or the other one here, Zephy. Yeah, I would encourage you to like not just like observe puppets, but also look at these here too, because those definitely have some more insight into them. From that we have so then the puppet said out here that Lima got suspended after making a really good tweet longer on Zero. Fuck Zero. I hope he deletes the video he made on me. His tweet longer response that everyone praised was so manipulative to make him look as good as possible while conveniently being forgetful. So yeah, another person chiming in here saying that, you know, that some of Zero's responses seem kind of sus. Leffen, man, okay, this one here. So Leffen has some additional substance towards the Jisoo quoting Zero comments. There's no like canceling of anyone here. It's more like a you know, it's more like additional details here. The one thing he does say is that, like, you know, this is the part I want to get to earlier on here, that yes, Zero, the idea that Jisoo accused Zero of showing hentai on a big screen TV to those who didn't want to see such a thing, is elaborated on by Leffen here, because apparently when it was Zero next to two Japanese players, they were exchanging pictures of anime girls and it looked like hentai. But same time here though, it was like, it actually wasn't hentai. Allegedly it was actually just like, you know, just vanilla ecchi anime, which apparently, you know, which I don't know if you guys know here, you can show nipples and breast and that kind of like the censorship laws and or the tolerable barrier of consumed content in Japan is very different than in USA. So like ecchi, you can show a lot more stuff and it's not necessarily explicit hentai. But either way though, it seemed kind of like you know, this like really big call that like, okay, yeah, you show hentai, so you're like a mega pervert or whatever. So I found that kind of like not the best elaboration of context over like why one would do that there. Because same time here, it's like it was two Japanese players. I don't think it's trying to show it to you. You happen to look over and see or whatever. So I wasn't there though, so I can't really say. But the situation as describes it here makes that particular claim sound more severe than it actually was, if I may here. But obviously I wasn't there, so it's just like my interpretation of how things were or are comparatively. So from that we have so this is the thread from Hero Killer. This was from January 2020. I had to find this thread again actually. In this thread, which thankfully he deleted the tweet here now, but like this thread is pretty wild. This guy here just like essentially throws out there that like, you know, Gimmer sexually assaulted a girl in 2014, that Senpai is a pedophile, and that some other shit here. I mean, it's I mean, this is just wild here. Like question 5, who took the picture of you and your avatar? Your sister. Suck my BBC. Here's a present. And then it's like, there's actually a tweet of him like fucking some random girl. It's just like, I don't know, it's just wild. But either way though, the context here is what's important here. So this guy, Hero Killer, is actually an incredibly salty piece of shit who got banned from Xanadu like forever ago because he was stealing from the venue. So because he got banned, he had a vendetta out to like get Gimmer somehow. Remember, Gimmer runs Xanadu. And so he just kind of, anything he heard of as an accusation, he just threw out there. He happened to be lucky that the Senpai one was legit, but he never had substantive proof of any claims he was making here in these threads. He just, you know, tried to throw out anything he can because he was mad he was banned. So this guy, trash, piece of shit, whatever, but I figured I'd throw you the thing anyway here. Well, he didn't provide any additional proof. He just like, he threw out the claims in this thread and then never like gave additional like intel over how he knew that or what or why. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, Gimmer's innocent here, by the way, and he just threw out there because he wants to have Gimmer canceled or whatever. Wadi ultimately kind of brings up his situation where, you know, him and Senpai broke up months ago, and that he has nothing involved with any of the stuff going on at this point with the whole like Senpai and Puppet incident. So we got that right there. Then we have I don't know if this is true or not here, but we have a screen capped tweet from September 2016. Didn't she get Puppet drunk and have sex with him? Ew, sin pedo. So there's yeah, so there's that right there. I mean, that you can take that and run to there if you want to here. And then I think this is him commenting on that guy who got banned. This guy's banned not only from Sova Smash events, but also FGC events for stealing prize money. But yeah, man, go show your screenshots. Some lawyers would love to see it. Also, back to blocking the psychopath. So, get him. So, you got that there. Same line twice. And then we have, yeah, okay, so this is like,
Flash to the Soylent screen real quick. I want to shout out to the fact.
Well, you know what, Coney? There was a 2-0. It was just on the wrong side.
I meant in the second set.
Hey, wait. Hey, Logic, can we flash to that Soylent screen real quick? Because I want to. Can we flash to the Soylent screen real quick? I want to shout out to the fact that Iota's shirt.
Well, you know what, Coney? There was a 2-0.
yeah, just, you know, just weird, disturbing, all that good stuff there. Yeah, so that's Senpai chapter. Like I was saying, I've had her on the stream twice, and yeah, it saddens me because like just like Nairo, she denied it up until the last second, up until the foundation was broken apart here. So I'm sorry, I'm getting like really tired now, forgive me here. And it sucks. It sucks, and I feel for him, y'all. I really do. Like, I think Puppet is incredibly brave for coming forward. Like, genuinely. I think that like he needs all the support we can get. I think we all owe it to him for sure that we rebuild the community to be better, so that things like that don't happen again. You know? I'm sure you all maybe heard that he's been in a pretty dark spot lately, you know? It's not like, for someone like that, dude, I don't really think that like even just coming clean is gonna make it completely resolved for him mentally, you know? It's a very complicated thing. I mean, you know, like, you know, you develop, I would assume here you develop like, you know, lust and attraction, but then you're also like given all this mega heavy psychological burden, but then you're also like backstabbed by that person and disposed of, possibly. Once you ask too many questions, once you're no longer gullible, once you're no longer blind by the manipulation of the weaponized sexuality, maybe, you know, it fucks you up. It'll fuck you up, dude. It feels like just tying knots, and just like you gotta shove it all back inside. It's like you just, I don't know, man. I could see him not you know, needing a lot of support to get back to where he can get again here. When I was reading his tweets, it felt like they hurt, and then his like call for help, where, you know, I mean, I really don't want to like, you know, read these here. They're just not really not good, but you know, need to stop being a fucking pussy and just kill myself already, like that. So I saw that, and I immediately like I DM'd him, and I you know, I responded, and I was like, you know, just trying to like my best here to like, you know, be there. And you know, whenever I saw that, I was like, okay, well, all right, this was like 7 hours ago, and he's good now, by the way. I will say that he's he's fine now. And I'm happy that he's good. He you know, I don't need another one, dude. I really don't. I don't really want another, you know, suicide case. You know, we already, I haven't even gotten to Byron / Reckful. I even like, that shit fucked me up too, man. I didn't even like get to that. That was like I'll get to that like another day, dude. I can't even like deal with that one either there. But like, you know, like I don't have a lot of experience with like suicides. Not that I want it, obviously, but I did have a friend who committed suicide in 2009, way before I was streaming. And it was my first time ever like having that happen to me, because it made me immediately, you know, recollect on what could I have done? Were there flags? I never saw it coming, you know. It was Wesley. Wesley was a really good Jigglypuff, local to the scene. We went to the same middle school, went to a different high school, and then, you know, I went to community college. He went right into university. My man was a talented science math major. He actually found math fun. I kid you not. He was so gifted. I didn't know what he was going through. I didn't know that he was like depressed, and that he was as in a dark spot like that. It was sad, because it felt like it was, maybe I could have did more. I wasn't his closest friend, but it did make me think, well, shit, dude. Okay, this can't happen, and I can do better. You know, whenever I think there's something sus going on, I can talk to that friend. I can just like, I can be invasive. I don't have to downplay my own worth here. Be like, no. You're giving me a bad sign right now. You're giving me a bad read here. What's going on? And push them. No. Like, don't tell me you're fine. You're not fine. I can tell you're not fine. What's going on? You can talk to me about it. You know, so I don't want to have that happening again, because I have regrets there. And I shouldn't take it as like, it's my fault. But that's like kind of like what it does feel like that in certain ways, where it's like, I think about what I could have done instead, and I have to like live in that hindsight, because I'm the one staring at the tombstone here. And it's like, you could be here with me. I could be training Melee with you, you know, and shit like that. So, by the way, Wesley was really, really cool. He actually tried to get me into Team Fortress 2 back in 2009. And he was like, he wanted to teach me really bad. He was ready to teach me like TF2, get me into keyboard mouse, get me into PC gaming. But I told him that I was already like really busy with speedrunning at that time, and I don't think I would have time to do like speedrunning well and learn TF2 with him. So we just kind of settled on, we'll just play a shit ton of Smash, and you know you'll kick my ass, but I'll beat you eventually. But his puff was really freaking good, so I never beat him. But you know, just the point being that whenever I got that scare with Puppy, I think about Wesley. I think about you know, just in general, that I want to live without regrets. So, you know, I just immediately DM'd them. I'm like, bro, I want you to think about, I mean, you guys probably saw here, you know, I tweeted out here I found this reasons not to go, a thread for you. And I was like, you know, here are all these reasons to live. Like, I'm just gonna throw you some reasons here right now. You know, just bro, like you got Smash, you have, the scene's gonna get better. I just, like I was also saying, you know, here, like, look, bro, you're gonna, like, I want you to know that you're the pillar of the community right now. We're all looking to, like, because of your bravery, I'm sort of just typing out whatever. I just like, come on, man, just look at me, just stop whatever you're doing and just like look at your phone for like 4 seconds, and I'm gonna sell it to you that like life is worth living. You're not alone. You're cared for. We're gonna rebuild the community. I promise you that. Every day gets better from here going forward. You have support people in your corner. just give us a chance. Give me a chance, and just call me. And I threw my number and told him to call me if you need anything, which is all I can do. I couldn't do anything else at that point, right? So I just kind of just spilled my guts out there and was like, all right, I hope I did enough, because I've been there. I think I don't know if I've talked to you about that here, but I've been depressed. I was clinically depressed in 2011, and I developed an eating disorder. I lost weight. It was like very awful, but I bounced back. And I'll spare you that story because it's not about me right now. But just the point is, I can relate to what depression feels like. I can relate to like the notion that like you'll have these irrational thoughts that are all skewed towards a negative outcome of any scenario you can imagine, and how like you can't control the thoughts. Every thought is irrational and the logic isn't functioning, so you can't take that stupid thought and put it in the trash pile. Every thought is like a real consideration, and you think it's tangible and it's like actually a thing, and you feel like you're in 24/7 threat mode, like you're like on the brink of having a panic attack, like the walls are closing in, like you can't, like you want your brain to just like fucking shut up for like 5 seconds, and it can't, and you feel mentally broken. You feel like you're trapped in your own fucking head, and it sucks. It makes every day feel like agonizing years on an hour by hour basis. Sorry, I'm getting caught up here on the whole thing there, but yeah, I've been there, and it's I don't wish that on my worst enemy, and I most certainly don't wish that on Puppe. So it's like whatever I can do, man, just like, because he followed me at some point for whatever reason, and it's just like, okay, well, I'm being held to a standard here to, something, right? And it's like, okay, well, then I'm going to rise up to that occasion, because it brings me happiness and great fulfillment if I can like make others swerve that shithole that I was in, because that fucking sucked, so I threw this, and I think it's a good read here, y'all, if anyone's going through shit like that. Reasons not to go. Your soulmate will be lonely. All those foods you've yet to try, places you haven't been, songs you haven't listened to, your future kids. Either parents, ever met that person that makes your heart stop? Just stuff like that. And I look forward to that point whenever like, the Rona is like, done, and we can do majors again, and we have this overhauled safety protocols, and we can meet up, and I can see his sick ass Pokemon trainer like fuck shit up and everything. It's gonna be like super awesome. I think about that and I get like really happy. I'm like, okay, that's why I'm live right now, is because I want to get to that point so bad, dude, so bad. So props to him, man. He's a beast. He's a beast. So that's that. Yeah, Senpai's manipulative trash and whatever, and she'll get what comes to her, obviously, but more than I want to see retribution for her wrongdoing, I want to see Puppe succeed, honestly. Here's a guy who had a lot taken from him, and I mean, I'll just read it off to you here. The tweet that got me was this one right here. And I actually want to die. All I had was competing, and I can't even do that anymore. Going to locals just to make enough money to be able to go to majors in the hopes that I can finally be good enough. Failed every single time continuously. A lot of people may not know like what makes them happy. You ask yourself, when's the last time you were really happy? You ask yourself, what's like your primary goal right now? What's your goal in life? Like what's like the, you know, like what's just like, what's the thing that'll give you like infinite fulfillment? And some people are still looking for that thing they care about a lot. But then here you have someone as young as Pepe who's just right there telling you exactly what it is. Like, frame one, what do you want? I want to be a great Smash player. I want to go to majors. I want to climb. I want to feel the chest beating pride of the legacy of my tournament blood. You know, just that's awesome, dude. That's super sick. You know, I saw it whenever I was watching his stream. When he's going over, like, you know, when he plays well and how excited that makes him, and then how he wants to get better. It's awesome. And whenever you see this POV, it's just like, damn, dude, that's just a lot to go. That's a lot to go through. That's a lot to go through. So, but it's okay though, because I'm gonna be there for them. I'm gonna be there for him. We're gonna be there for him. You know. So I look forward to seeing that next step with you know, where we're gonna go with the community going forward and all that. So from here, so that's Senpai, right? But we're not done yet. I still got more here. I think I have make sure okay, so I got this one. Yeah, so the last one here actually is let me grab this real quick here. Okay, so the last one here. Oh yeah, you know, good stuff here. Make sure to go follow him, by the way. Go follow him, twitch.tv/Puppe with _. That's his Twitch channel. Thanks for that. He was streaming earlier today. I'm sure he'll be live at some point here. But yeah, definitely get in there and you know, give him some love. You know, I would like to think here that above everything right now, like, we reassure him that, like, the community is not beyond repair, and that we can you know, that he doesn't quit, and he doesn't give up on that one thing he wants really bad, and just live like a hollow existence that can't be redeemed beyond what already happened here, you know. Because I mean, I'll go back here again and just like there was another one, and it was this one here, dude. I really wish I never got into the Smash community. You know, that's another one. Just hurts. It hurts to read that. Doesn't matter what you think about him. It's just like, you never want to see shit like that, dude. Like, because it makes you evaluate. Well, fuck, man. Is it? Am I part of the problem? What did I do? What did I not do? How did I not see this one coming here? You know. And I got a thing in my mouth. So yeah, it's just not good, you know. So, but moving on here though, we have anyway, I will make sure to you know, follow up with all that and everything else here. So you may have heard here that Evo is canceled now. The head honcho of Evo, Mr. Wizard, was outed for being a total pedophile, manipulative asshole, loser, douche nozzle. Something that I've been waiting to say for a long time now. So I'll read it off to you here, because there's stuff here I gotta talk about. So over the past 24, make it big. Over the past 24 hours, in response to serious allegations recently made public on Twitter, we have made the first of a series of important decisions regarding the future of our company. Effective immediately, Joey what? I say it, Wheeler? I don't know, whatever. Will no longer be involved with Evo in any capacity. We are currently working towards his complete separation from the company and have relieved him of all responsibilities. Going forward, Tony Cannon will act as CEO. In his position, he will take a leadership role in prioritizing greater accountability across Evo, both internally and at our events. Progress doesn't happen overnight or without the bravery of those who speak up against misconduct and injustice. We are shocked and saddened by these events, but we are listening and committed to making every change that will be necessary in making Evo a better model for the stronger, safer culture we all seek. As a result, we will be canceling Evo Online and will work to issue refunds for all players who chose to purchase a badge. We will donate an equivalent of the proceeds as promised to Project Hope. So yeah, Evo Online got canceled, but it got canceled because like Mr. Wizard came out as a tremendous piece of shit here because a couple of things here, and you may be wondering like, okay, well, okay, so first here, Mr. Wizard is the guy who always wears the fat guy wears the orange polo every year. But here, let me go ahead and just like you're probably wondering here, what did he do?
You can add, there's a prominent member from the FGC. I'm not going to say names. There's a prominent member from the FGC that everybody grew to love that's no longer here. You should know who I'm talking about, but I don't need to fucking bring it up. He asked Wizard for E3 tickets. Thank you, Mike Infinite. He asked Wizard for E3 tickets. Wizard in turn said, do 25 naked fucking jumping jacks and I'll give you tickets. Who in the fuck asked someone to fucking do shit like that? Like, come on, man. You can add, there's a prominent member from the FGC. I'm not going to say names. There's a prominent member from the FGC that
Now, this clip here, you're like, okay, well, damn, he got exposed, huh? The plot twist here, y'all, is this clip is 2 years ago. This isn't new. So okay. So now with that in mind here, let's go over let's see here. Yeah, there's a couple of Me Too's on Wizard here, but yeah, he's a piece of shit, and I knew right there. Okay, look, I'm not an FGC like veteran, so whatever. It was never my role, honestly, to like critique that event. But now that I don't care anymore, so I'm just go ahead and say it. Evo's a shitty event anyway, and fuck that event. Hope it crash and burns anyway, because they never respected the anime fighting scene. They always like sucked off Capcom to an obnoxious degree, regardless of what the community ever wanted in terms of priority, what that was going to happen. And their player payouts always been super shit. So I'd say fuck them, honestly. So if they can't recover, let another FGC event rise up here, whether that be Combo Breaker or whatever. I'm excited to see the players be exercise what they want to see. If they want to give even another chance, cool. Obviously, I'm not the king of the world here in that regard here, but I have most certainly had nothing but dissatisfaction with Evo for quite a while now. So we'll see where that goes. But we have so this one right here. This is like a pretty damning thing. Anton goes into Friend's experience with Mr. Wizard goes into some things here, including the fact that like generally, yeah, Wizard would bribe kids to like, particularly little boys here, to like, you know, jump in the some kind of like high pressure pool in their underwear, jumping jacks, whatever, like various pranks and bets to you know, for money, rewards, tokens, whatever. He's also he's a very like aggressive predator, I would say. Like he will definitely for those who wanted like tickets to Evo or anything like that, he would most certainly you know, hold things over them and try to like, you know, essentially get dick pics out of them. I believe this thing here has like some mini DM logs of like all the really crude shit he would send people, including like, you know, where's my dick pic, bro? Like, just, you know, he would build up his, you know, spank bank and just like beat off that shit. It was really gross. So yeah, he's trash. But not only is he trash though, also his apologies also trash here. I mean, let me clarify here. The other Me Too on him said that this has been going on since like 2004. Like this has been going on for over 10 years. Like he's been doing this shit. So okay, so yeah, nearly 20 years of this fuckboy shit, and this is what you get here. I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt anyone. I was young and reckless and did things I'm not proud of. I have been growing and maturing over the past 20 years, but that doesn't excuse anything. All I have been trying to do is become a better person. Once again, I'm truly sorry. It's just like, dude, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, just, like, so fucking dumb, dude. And it gets even worse. So then he posts this right here. If you're gonna post fake DMs, again, if you look at the one I sent you here, at least do some research. My Twitter username wasn't even Mr. Wiz from 2010 to through 2016. Obviously a smear campaign. Always gonna be guilty before innocent on social media. Okay, so the thing there is, dude, is like, so then someone comes at him is like, is this a joke? Sorry, make it bigger here. I can't make it bigger. Is this a joke? If he's looking at these messages when he screen caps them and taking screenshots today, then your current username and profile pic is going to show up. So Wizard tried to use this as an alibi that doctored photos were used to pretend to be his DMs, but in actuality, he cheddar bobbed himself by doubling down and revealing that those screen caps were taken recently, so that he would oh my god, dude, what a dumbass, dude. So I retweeted Mito's thing here where you do know that means that they went back recently and screenshotted those messages, right? So yeah, here I'm gonna give you the so you can hop in here and laugh at him if you want to. He didn't even delete the tweet. He didn't delete the tweet. Like, dude, like, you're just sitting there holding this L. So take that one. Here's this one. Oh my god, what an idiot. And then there's like another one here. Oh, also, he also went follow him, by the way, but whatever. Where's this at here? This crazy ass one. Crack porn is a deviant sex pest and victimized Mr. Wiz. I don't even know what the fuck this is, dude. This thing here is. I don't want to read it, dude. All right, but it's so dumb I have to read it though, because it's like it's that amusing here. All right, so okay, so this is like me completely oh, I'm sorry, cat alert. This is me being a shitter here and reading this one for y'all. Is this a fucking joke? Mikey fam, you are a fucking sex pest pervert who persistently took your penis out when people told you not to. You constantly bragged about how big your cock was. You creeped out every girl whom ever walked into SHGL when you cried and touched them. The night you engaged in criminal conspiracy, I can't even read this, dude. What? The night you engaged in criminal conspiracy and yet again rob and defraud SHGL of its minuscule profits despite John Balin's best efforts, and we're laughing at bragging about her. You got such a big 4-incher, bro, while the rest of the people were disgusted and used your filth. Even wizards shrug and return to whatever the fuck you had going on, that your pitiful inconsequential penis could not have made a bit less of a difference in the course of his evening wasn't good enough for you. You ran around bragging and telling people to ask Wizard for proof. You aren't a victim, you fucking piece of shit. You're a criminal, you're a sex abuser, and when the fire hit the flame, that piece of fucking shit sex pest like you canceled for good, you rebranded yourself into a sea of apologies under the false guise of personal growth. Bitch, the only thing that grow is that little 4-inch average male penis you're so fucking proud about, you scumbag piece of shit. And now you go cancel Wizard because you're an attention whore who still can't get over announcing shit about your dick to the world nobody wants to know. I'm almost done. You owe Mr. Wizard, Evo, and SHGL, and every last girl you sexually harassed and made uncomfortable in public an apology immediately for the years and years of you forcing yourself in your aggressive sexual demeanor that frightened, intimidated, and victimized countless girls. And don't make me bust out old school footage off the DV tapes, you fucking cretin. Girls literally shaking so hard they're looking like they're having a seizure after being so fucking terrified you were gonna touch them after you inappropriately violated personal space. And then, caps lock, all this from a tiny man with a tiny penis so desperate for validation that he will retell a story 20 years about the night he was able to whip his dick out to another guy and not get the shit kicked out of him on the spot for general perversion. Fuck you, crack, unbelievable. So yeah, I don't even like, I don't know what's going on here, dude. That is like this some crazy shit. So take this and run with it. I don't even know, like I don't even know what to do with this one here. So if anyone here has context over like I read it and I don't know what the fuck this even means, dude. Like, so I don't mean to laugh at it. I just don't. Oh my god, dude. I don't know, dude. You take that and do what you would like with that one. Now, here's where things get different though, okay? So okay, so in case y'all didn't know, actually, so here's what happened, right? In 2017, I went to CES in Vegas, Consumer Electronics Show, and so you might recognize this tweet right here, where you know it's me, my tempo swag. Actually, hey, I'm wearing the same shirt, literally, and I was at CES, and the badge I got actually was from Wizard. Mr. Wiz found my stream during Mario Maker, hit me up, and was like, I remember I was talking about how, yeah, I would love to go to CES one day, and he was like, oh, I can get you a badge there, just come through. And I was like, oh, word, okay. Here's the thing, right? I didn't know. Now in 2020, like, now I know he's a sexual predator. So I honestly don't know what if he was trying to do anything with me. But literally, what happened was in January 2017, I flew to Vegas, and he said, I got the badge for you, no problem. Just come meet me where you want to meet at. And I was like, okay, well, I'll meet you, I don't know, wherever, I don't know, somewhere, and go get some to eat. So we went to go get dinner at some joint in the Paris casino, wherever the fuck we were on the strip. And now obviously, you know, Mr. Wizard's loaded, so I mean, one would think, I don't know, we could have he could have like paid as a pose here. I don't know, it's like not that big of a deal here, but like my man hit me pretty hard though. It was like that tab was like $96, dude. It was pretty expensive, and I was like, fuck, dude, okay, this better be really, really worth here. So yeah, I wine and dine him, and we were talking, and okay, here's where it gets like relevant here, right? So here's what I will say. Wizard never did anything weird with me. Maybe because I held my ground, maybe because I was firm, maybe because like I was very, very formal, because I was trying to, like, you know, leave a lasting impression on him, I guess. Maybe that way I could, you know, I don't know, like, see what happens in the future. Maybe I would be able to be on his side and be able to like do more stuff with Smash for them. So let me tell you what I was doing though. Okay, so when I was there, I was like, okay, look, bro, this was the year that he was making a call on, you know, would he drop Melee? He's not gonna have Melee and Smash 4, because 2016 was whenever Melee and Smash 4 were on the grand final stage, and all of the other people were mad about that because like 2 Smash games were on grand final Sunday. It's kind of bullshit. And I was talking to him, and I was like, during dinner, I was like, okay, I don't want to push on this here, man, but like, have you thought about what you're gonna do with Smash? And he was like, yeah, I don't know, man. The FGC, they're kind of like not really happy about having too much Smash on there. And I was like, okay, well, hear me out though, okay? You're thinking of it like 2 Smash games, but in reality, it's like, you can't tell me you wouldn't run a Marvel 2 exhibition alongside Ultimate Marvel 3. They're 2 different games, bro. You You got one has a 10-year legacy of just never dying. The other one is what's lit right now, bro. Like, so I was giving him like pleas to like, they get good numbers. What's your beef here? Like the view counts were coming in big time for Smash games, dude. Like, you should like embrace that, man. I'm telling you, if you don't give Melee at Evo, you're gonna get a smaller turnout on view count and people there physically. And so I gave him like my stern advice on that, and he didn't, I mean, whatever, he didn't care, he didn't listen, he didn't do it anyway here. But that dinner, I was mostly talking about that. I was trying to convince him to like, keep Smash 4 and Melee on Grand Final Sunday. But he was like, all right, yeah, whatever, I'll look into it. And we kind of went from there. But yeah, he gave me the badge I had, and I went to CES from there. But it's just crazy because like, that could have easily been, what if we hadn't met at that restaurant? What if I went to his house? What if, I don't know, dude. I'm trying to think here. Like, I don't know how his predatory ways work here. I don't know why I wasn't one. Because I don't know. It seemed like, I flew into town. I had no car. I was kind of at his leisure here. It could have easily been probably really bad, honestly. It's something I hadn't thought about until later on here. Maybe he actually respected me. I don't really know, but it's just like, it's just crazy. You weren't a minor, my guy. Well, that is true. That is true. What was I thinking about that actually? So yeah, that's so there's that. Yeah, so Evo trash, Wizard trash. It's whatever. Oh my god, am I actually caught up right now? Yeah, I actually might be holy fuck, dude. Okay, I think that was actually everything here. So from there's also this. This is the if y'all haven't yet already, in terms of compiling the whole like senpai stuff here, this particular YouTube video, this August 27, 2016 VOD from Xanadu full broadcast is one of the ones where you can literally see the affection from senpai on Puppet. And it's when you know all the details now, it's pretty disturbing here. If you go down here, someone has like a screen cap of like 6 minutes, hour 23, 3 hours, 2 minutes. You can go there to see all the stuff. There's also a point where like Puppet's going in for a kiss, but then like senpai stops him because she points over at the camera. So yeah, it is yeah, so you can look at that if you want to. If you want more stuff to see in that regard. A little disturbing though, obviously. Did I not already link it? I thought I did. Okay, here you go. Okay, so from that here, I'll talk to you a little bit more about the last part here, which is like a little bit more about the title of the stream actually here. All right, so here's what I got for you, okay? The title of the stream here right now is what the Smash Bros community means to me and what we can do going forward, right? And in that regard here, I kind of want to tell you a little bit more about the good stuff here, right? What does Smash mean to me? And what can we do going forward? So as I was telling you earlier here, I love Smash. I honestly, if I think about it hard enough here, I probably aspired to get into competitive Smash. But I never had the chops for it, I think. I couldn't handle losing. I had too much ego involved, and I thought I was honestly better at speedrunning. If you guys recall, I got into speedrunning in 2004. So, I didn't pursue competitive until the new Smash was dropping, until Brawl was gonna drop in 2008. And I was like, okay, when Brawl drops, when Melee 2 comes out, bro, that's it. I'm hopping in, man. I want to get competitive, bro. I want to hop in hardcore, dude. And then Brawl comes out and I hated it because it wasn't Melee or whatever. And it was just like, fuck. But then I kind of like, chilled on that a little bit more here, but here's where things get pretty cool though. Okay. So my community college was surprisingly good and had Wi-Fi in 2008. And I was like, oh, we got, damn it. So I was able to take my iPhone 1 and be able to like load up YouTube and just watch anything I wanted during class. I didn't always do this, but again, not if y'all really care here, but like my geography class had a pretty terrible teacher. This is the kind of guy who would just like rant about his opinion on shit during the whole time. His lecture was completely not canon. Like his tests were on the book, and he spent the class just kind of going on these like long tangents about like bullshit that no one cared about or whatever. So his class sucked. Dude, it was fucking dumb, dude. Super fucking dumb. So you know, I didn't care at all here. Yeah, literally just trash. That you already know. Yeah, not like this, dude. So due to that, I would just I'd have my phone and I would just watch. I watched Melee like all fucking day, dude. Like that semester I watched, I swear to you, every video I could find on YouTube mobile back in 2008. So that meant like, I'm talking ShizWiz, PC Chris, old school Mewtwo King, you know, freaking Jigglypuff era Mango, like you name it, bro. I you name the set, I watched it, you know what I'm saying? It was wild. Like OG Ken, you know, or Sephiroth Ken, OG Ken, Sephiroth Ken, you know, just fucking doing his little thing with the Marth combo. You know what I mean? Just, you know, all that shit, dude. Kage the Warrior whipping ass back when, you know, Ganondorf was actually relevant. Fucking, you know, I think who else here, dude? Like, I mean, you know, everybody, just all of them, dude, all of them. So, so I did that, right? I watched all those things there because I love Smash. Love Smash, dude, for sure. And so I did that throughout that semester, and that was pretty cool. Now from there, you all know here that I rose in relevance. I got into, you know, I was still speed running throughout, and I did the GDQs, you know, 2010 onward. I got into streaming in 2011, and by 2013 there was this very crazy period, right? Okay, in 2013 we were at a point where Melee was dying because PM was what was like the hot shit. Brawl was dying because everybody wanted to hop on PM, and PM was kind of like making this really big divide between like those who were into Brawl and those who were into PM. It was a pretty toxic time, honestly. And there was like no unity in the Smash scene. And you know, ultimately Smash 4 wouldn't release until 2014. So you're at this really fickle point where like Melee players had like no clout and speedrunners had way more reach. For example here, now remember, it's okay, I had over 3,000 Twitter followers in 2013. Mango had 400. Mango's original Twitter handle was like Mango with a 0 rather than an O and like 4 underscores. I remember this, okay? Mewtwo King had like 150 followers on Twitter. Like it was wild. Like that's what it was. That to give you an idea of what that was like in 2013, dude. Like super crazy. Okay, so now, in case y'all don't know here, Trihex, why are you relevant in Smash? You like Smash, but why do people give a shit about you in Smash? The answer is because I was part of the reason why I got into EVO that year. I don't know. So unfortunately, I am a lazy piece of shit, and I never highlighted this clip or this VOD. That way you can see it in the future here. But yes, let me tell you the story, okay? So this is a feel-good story here. 2013, EVO says we're gonna have our regular 8-game schedule, but there will be a mystery 9th game. The 9th game will be amongst, from this list, whatever gaming community raises the most money for breast cancer will be the 9th game granted, and have a grand final Sunday slot. And it was like pretty much what happened here is like, you know, Melee was broke, you know, ROM happened, but Revival of Melee, ROM happened, but like no one had money, and there was no avenue to success with Melee. So it was like everyone's gonna have to start like getting like a normie ass job to like kind of like, I don't know, pay bills, shit like that. So, you know, it was like, fuck, dude. Well, there is one option. It's the last hurrah. If things looking pretty bad right now for Melee, I don't know what we're gonna do here, but if we can get into Evo, we'll have our final showdown. It'll be legendary, right? And so with that in mind here, here's the issue, okay? Melee had no stream presence to like raise those funds. Comparatively, Skullgirls had, you know, a ton of FGC homies who were streaming already at the time. By the way, but real facts here, okay? Smash had no streaming at all. Let me clarify that real quick here. No one streamed. Remember, in 2013, like streaming was like not like it is now, where you can just buy like a capture card and like, you know, everything is known. Back then, it was like kind of a shit show. Honestly, it was like really annoying to get equipment because like nothing was made for streaming. It was all made for like video editing. So you had to get like either some like poverty ass shit or some overkill shit. Never in between. Well, yeah, so they anyways though, fighting game players had streams. Skullgirls had streamers already streaming on their behalf, raising money. One of them had some voice actors from Skullgirls reading donations for their drive. They were shitting on Melee, dude. Like they were up like $7 grand for like the first like 5 days, dude. They were like in a big ass lead, dude, and it was like, fuck. So Mewtwo King is freaking out because like, man, this is like, you know, our chance to like get Melee on the books or whatever. We need a stream. And I tell y'all what, boys, a man slid in my DMs and was like, yo, can you help us? And I was like, I love Melee. I love Smash. I got you, bro. What we doing? And that was it, bro. So I streamed and I gave away like a Super Nintendo and a copy of Yoshi's Island is for people who donate $50 or more to the cause. And yeah, man, we did 2 streams. It was like January 30th and 31st, 2013, and I ended up raising almost $5,000. So I was holding on to this really big spirit bomb that contribute towards the chip here, pretty much closing in on the goal, right? It was super sick. Here's the thing about it, right, y'all? It was crazy because like all the community came through. I told Mewtwo King, I'm like, look, all right, bros, I'm not the biggest streamer because they were bigger streamers than me this time, obviously, in speedrunning, but it was pretty cool. And I was like, all right, look, man, I'm not the biggest streamer here, but if you can get all the boys in here, if you can get like, man, you get D1, you get Kage the Warrior, you get Scar, you get you know, you get Shizwiz, you get PPMD, you get all the boys in my chat, and then my chat's gonna go crazy. Yeah, ultimately, yeah. So I hop in, right, and these boys go ham. They throw my stream up for that fundraiser. They're like, yo, we have a stream that's bringing awareness to Smash. Trihex, he's in here, y'all. They put me on like the front page of allisbrawl.com. Remember that site? They threw up like a sticky pin thread on Smashboards telling everyone to come through over there. Y'all, it was wow, dude. I was a 200 viewer Andy, right, in 2013. I had 3,000 viewers plus the whole time for this shit. It was crazy. I was like, yo, you know, I got all the boys in here right now. So I was gonna do a 1 day thing for it, but then I was like, oh wait, we can do this, dude. So we did it again on the second day, and I was like, all right, tight. And we ultimately raised like $5 grand. And on that day, y'all, it was so fulfilling, bro, because it was like, I had the money. We were all so broke here. I had all the money, and I told Scar, I was like, okay, well, what? How do I donate? And he was like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, it's in my PayPal. I don't have like a debit card or whatever. Like, and it would take. How do I even do this, dude? It would take 3 days or whatever for it to go into to transfer to my bank so I can like deposit it or whatever. I don't have this money right now. And then he was like, all right, well, so I had to, so because I didn't have it, I had to like send the money to Scar, to his PayPal, so that he can use it to throw it to the spirit bomb pot or whatever. And there was like a $90 fee to give him the $5,000 on his PayPal. And I was like, I'm sorry, bro, I don't know what to do, man. I can give it. He's like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna eat it up. Don't even worry about it. So like we all collaborated together, dude. I streamed, helped raise the money and the awareness. They marketed my stream. Scar ate that $70, $90 fee because that was fucking bullshit. And it happened, boys. The last minute sniped in, and Melee won against Skullgirls and became the 9th game of Evo that year. Partially because of me. You know, it was a team effort, obviously. I wish I had the video to show y'all because it'd be really cool to flex on that to y'all. But that's how, to let everyone know here, this is why I'm cool, everybody. This is why, you know, all the gods, we're all homies. This is why Triax part of the community, is because like, you know, my in a moment where I could have been selfish, I was selfless. Now I can tell you about all that fun stuff. Okay, so yeah, I went to Evo 2013 because Melee was there. Yeah, Melee was sick. We made it happen, y'all. They gave us no CRTs. Scar and all of them ran around the local Goodwills, literally in Vegas, to find CRTs to play on because we didn't want these old laggy ass monitors from Melee. You know what I'm saying? I think what else here? Oh, bro, it was just wild. I met everyone that year, dude. Everyone knew me because it was like, yo, man, you want to try stuff? Let's get here, dude. Isn't that sick? So it was like I met D1, Prague, Scar, Toph, Kage, Armada, Leffen, Mango, PP, Wobble, like everyone. I met everyone that year, dude. It was like, dude, I'm a big fan. I love what you do, dude. You're sick. You're sick. You're sick. I mean, you name it. Like, fuck, West Balls, Pew Pew U, like everyone there, all knew me, dude. It was like, damn, bro, this is what family feels like right now, dude. Like, they care for me, I care for them, and this is some hot shit. Oh my god, we got receipts. I ain't talking shit anymore. We got receipts. Sing it to them. Oh, Yoshi's Island speedrun by Triax for Melee breast cancer, January 2018, or yeah, January. I'm so tired right now. January 28, 2013, dude. Post by Mewtwo King. All right, go. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, here you go. Damn, I'm glad you found this, dude. Fuck yeah, bro. So here you go, man. That's the there it is. There it is. So feels good, man, dude. That is. I regret I don't have the VODs, dude. It was so lit, bro. When it happened, we were on the Skype call. It was like, we fucking did it, dude. We're going to Evo. Fuck yes, dude. I'm broke as shit. Yeah, I'm fucking going, dude. Ooh. Yeah, bro. Like, I'm a figure out a way. Oh man, y'all found all this hot shit right here, dude. SSBM at Evo 13 charity drive starts about 1 hour. Got Xbox Live time cards, iTunes gift cards, and rare SNES games to raffle off. Damn, dude. Bro, I was so broke. I was like, okay, what can I give away here, dude? I gotta figure out some shit. So I got $5 freaking iTunes gift cards. What's up, bro? Oh my god, dude. Young in the game, man. Young in the game. So, hey, man, look, in 2013, I mean, fuck, was I fucking with Pan? I think I had Pandora 1 at that point. I don't know what the fuck I had. Well, I was listening to music back in 2013. I don't even remember anymore. It doesn't even matter. So, I have my notes here. What else did happen? So yeah, that's where that happened, dude. Now, let me tell you about some events I went to, y'all. Evo 2013, Apex 2014, Evo 2014, Smash the Record 2015, Evo 2015, Smash the Record 2016, Evo 2016, Genesis 5, Evo 2017, Super Smash Con 2017, Ultimatum 2018, Smash and Splash 2019, Genesis 7, Ultimatum 2019. So I've been to quite a few things actually, y'all. And I've never had like a bad experience. And to bring it back here to a less pleasant topic here, the question becomes, okay, well, Trihex, you knew all these boys, you know, and you're right, I did. Sleepy K, Nairo, D1, DJ Nintendo, Keitaru, Anti, The Moon. I knew all these boys. So what's wrong here? What if they're all, you know, alleged predators and all that one way or another here, how come did you not know about this? And the answer is no. I have a theory over why here. It's just speculation. I can't definitively say here, but I never saw any of this. This is why I'm caught off guard. This is why I was so sad earlier. I'm talking about is it's like, not D1, dude. Yeah, not DJ Nintendo, dude. Okay, Anti I can kind of believe, yeah. And Nairo, it's like, yeah, I mean, fuck, he's young, I guess, whatever. Here's how it works, okay? So the one thing I never did with them were the after parties, okay? So what happens is people go out and they go to the venue, you know, whatever, right? The nightclub, the bar, wherever alcohol is being served. Everyone's hanging out there, dance floor is there, having a great time, whatever it may be, right? Everyone's accountable because everything's very, very visible in public, right? So once the party is done, you know, let's say for example that, you know, Top 64 wraps up on Saturday night and you got grand finals on Sunday, but real talk though, Melee don't start till about 2 p.m. So it's all right, cool. Well, I ain't got to be up until then. I ain't got to be up till fucking noon. Fuck this shit, dude. I'm going out and having a good time, whatever, right? So everyone's gonna go wild out and go party, and they do, and it's a good time. It's all good. Nothing bad I ever saw there. I would tell you if I had a story. I have no story. My one story here is that, you know, Vicky Kitty had her phone was dying, and I let her have my charger that way because I want to make sure she was safe before anything else. So you have the venue, and then you have the after party, which is like, okay, the venue closes midnight or 2 a.m. and everyone goes back to the hotel, and everyone's congregating in the hotel lobby, right? Chilling, whatever, talking, after party, whatever. But then at that point, some people go to bed, but then some go to the after party. So at this point, everyone's been drinking, people are a little bit drunk, whatever. I would imagine that the predators all stick together, and they all go to a certain room, and they'll escort women with them or whatever. And the after party is like whenever 2 o'clock, you're leaving the venue, you're in a hotel lobby, and then like 3 o'clock or 3:30 a.m. onward, y'all are heading up to somebody's room to chill and have more drinks. And that's whenever the environment can be like a lot more advantageous for the pack or like, you know, the people. Because then you got, you know, it's like it's you and your boys, you're all holding each other to like oath or whatever. I speculate here. And then the women that you brought with you are pre-blitzed, so you can kind of just like talk them into whatever you want to do, pretty much, or whatever. Again, if you read those Me Too's here, that's kind of like what happens to a couple times here. You know, I think about the girl that, you know, Katie Dominate, who was assaulted by D1 or whatever. Yeah, that could easily have been the situation, you know. You know, both were drunk as fuck, so it probably was the after party, I would imagine. So what I'm saying here is that's the one thing that I never was. Like, I never did that because I was like, man, I can't. I want to be up tomorrow, dude. I can't be sitting here fucking just like, you know, staying up. Like, y'all, it's already 4 o'clock and y'all want to be up at noon? Man, fuck this shit. I'm trying to like get some actual sleep here. So y'all can stay up till fucking 5 a.m. and wake up at noon and just fucking, you know, inject 5 cc's of Red Bull into your veins to fucking feel like a human again. I'm gonna get some actual sleep here, dude. So, you know, from there we go. So I speculate that that's where all that stuff happened, because I never saw any of that. And that's why it hits me so hard, because it's like, man, fuck. I have more here. I'm just like really tired right now though. It's like 5:30 where I am. I covered all the stuff. I mean, there's more here. There's like, I wanted to tell y'all about how me and Jisoo met, which is really cool. I want to tell you about my positive shit. I met a lot of women, you know, Milk Tea, Jisoo, Lauren, Princess Hyrule, Kave, I don't know, dude. I've met a lot of women in Smash. I've always supported them. I told Milk Tea that I love Smash Sisters. I told you know, just all I don't know, all these great things, you know. I always tell them, you know, hey, if you ever need me for anything, let me know. I'm in there. So, you know, all that good stuff there, you know. I guess the last thing I can think of here is that, you know, and then Pierce comes to mind. But I feel like I mean, I didn't go over Pierce here. You already know Pierce is a creep. I really believe that I was like, no, he's cool. I've talked to him before. I know him, whatever. He was never that way around me, and he was never that way around when he came over to my house personally in September 2017. You know, I meant to ask him about those allocations, but he never, like, his demeanor was so like pristine around me. Like, I don't know if he was holding in or not here, or just like, you know, he knew that you're at my house, you're my guest, and I honestly wish you would do something to Vin. I'd fuck his ass up, but nothing ever happened, dude. We were cool. We were big chilling. He was very respectful at the house. So the whole thing about, I guess he kind of like picked his targets there because you know, he knew, or, you know, just, you know, Venom wasn't available. She wasn't single, so yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It just, Pierce was weird. But I you know, as soon as like allocations came out here, you know, we dropped them and moved on from the whole thing. Yeah, they all picked their targets. It's a very valid point there. So that's everything, y'all. That's the whole thing for you there. That is like all my stuff, all the people I know and like and love. But what do we do going forward is the question, right? Now, obviously, I'm not Mr. Smash. It's not like I'm the president here or whatever. I just know that there's like, I want to get to those solutions sooner rather than later, because right now, while we're in coronavirus, while we have no venues available, no locals available, now would be the time to set the standards for safety protocol and all that stuff right there. So in that regard, what do I want to see? And so what comes to mind here is, okay, well, one, there needs to be a lot changed here. We can talk about, I'm gonna say here that 24-hour venues need to have like way more strict rules on minors. Minors need to be accompanied by a guardian. That comes to mind for sure. Alcohol banned entirely. That's a whole off-site thing. You don't even bring it over here anymore. Change that whole thing entirely here. You think here, what else? Anonymous tip line, more safety protocols for women and marginalized groups. I don't know what that would mean exactly here, but like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm like so tired now. I think I had more of these ideas in my head, but then I'm like, ugh, I need to go to bed, dude. I'm like so fucking dead, dude. So I think we're good here, dude, because I don't know what the fuck else to even say right now. I love all of you. I'm glad you all sat here and, like, you know, listened to me for a long period of time. Hope it was engaging. This helped me a lot. I really do appreciate y'all sitting here and, you know, listening and talking to me, and all that good stuff there. So, because now I feel a lot better. I really do. I didn't mean to, you know, I didn't mean to cry earlier. I don't even know, like, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of caught me off guard too, because I was like not even like, you know, I don't know, dude. It was getting a little heavy for me actually. So, you know, yeah, I'm gonna fuck. I will be live tomorrow. I love all of y'all. I'm no longer like, now that we got this, like, I had to get this out off my chest. Now we can move on in this world and go from there.